watched Beakman's World. Remember that?
I remember. I vaguely remember that. Yep.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Not too far down. Okay, so we are back. We are live once again. No, I never watched Beakman's World.
I watched Beakman's.
I don't think I did either.
They had a rat. It was a dude in a rat suit. Yeah, they did science.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't. I mean, I watched Nova, but I didn't.
Yeah.
That's the only one I watch.
I guess we were talking about kid shows then.
We were talking about scientists that were around in the era that our game is taking place.
Oh,
well,
gotcha.
because George made the comment that Brittany's character had been on the cover of Popular Science, and I said in the swimsuit issue, no less, and then he spouted off.
I can't hear Brittany.
Yeah,
she muted herself.
Oh, no.
Yep.
What was the scientist you said?
Oh, because I said, well, Lightbringer didn't have a whole lot of competition because it was the only other scientist in there was Stephen Hawking.
Yep.
And then we were trying to think of other scientists to remove my shame.
Yeah, you have Lightbringer, and then you have Stephen Hawking.
Mm-hmm.
They wore the same outfit. Who wore it better?
Oh.
But I'll take my drink now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we already know.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, who is giving us a recap?
Who did notes last time? Okay, I'll do it. Last time on Modern Age Heroes, the team meets in New Prussia to discuss next steps. Hyperion visits Heat Phantom at his house and invites him to the meeting. Heat Phantom gets a comm link so he can communicate with the Legacy. The Legacy calls Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is back in the States. Apparently, Wraith is mad at the Legacy for leaving the team, or for leaving them behind. Sovereign Vanguard was defeated. President Albrecht is commanded by Lightbringer to take his vitamins, and then the Legacy teleports to Strongford, Colorado. Strongford, Colorado at 2 a.m. Legacy heads to the Vein after teleporting from New Prussia. Helios meets Heat Phantom. The Quantum Unlimited building was damaged and is undergoing repairs. Helios has an ICQ account. Dangerous, maybe. Hyperion, Red Arsenal, and Heat Phantom go to the Danger Room. Lightbringer heads out for the night. After the Danger Room session, Hyperion and Heat Phantom are going on a 2 a.m. burger run. Before they leave, there is a loud explosion, and Hyperion is cubified. Red Arsenal calls Lightbringer. Lightbringer comes back. Big Brain's the problem, and the solution is to pump Hyperion full of radiation. Red Arsenal and Heat Phantom monitor the radiation levels from the control room of the Danger Room. Lightbringer gives it her best, and Hyperion slowly begins to regenerate. Lightbringer's hair turns white as a result of the expenditure of endurance and power. Things to do. We still need to talk to Wraith. Talk to our PR agent. Talk to Senator Barrett. Train with Gunmetal Silk's team. Remove the Duridian holdouts and stop the Ubari scientists in China.
And do my power stunt.
And
family. And that's what we did last time. Modern Age Heroes.
Because I only need one more green.
Actually, I need to do my power stunt.
Can I roll?
Actually, yeah, because we're in the Danger Room and it's full of radiation.
1 day so far. So,
okay.
Danger Room right now is still spiked on radiation, although Lightbringer has done an amazing job of bringing that down.
Always trust Lightbringer to bring it down.
I mean, if you want to go in there, Shelly, and come back glowing. I mean, I guess you could try.
I already glow.
Oh.
But it's just teleporting. It's like multiple teleporting. Do I have to do that in the danger room?
No.
So I can do my power stunt then.
If you would like to do that outside of the danger room, go ahead. I recall the last time you did that. So does the house.
Oh, Jerome, if I was going to ask Hyperion to teach me martial arts, is that something we would do in game, or
Yes,
could we do
at
that
this
like
point
outside?
you can. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I want to learn how to fight.
Okay.
So I roll my teleport rating, IN 40.
Correct.
Okay.
You need a green.
Yep, I just need one more green.
And I need to roll and get a red.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, it's exclamation point. That's right.
Yeah.
Woo! God, I got a yellow.
There you go.
All right, you did it.
Oh, I still get it?
Yeah, you need at
Oh,
least a green.
I got a white.
I got my power stunt.
What can you do now?
She could
Just
do
about
multiple
anything with a Klondike
attacks.
bar.
So what her power stunt is her be able to do multiple attacks with her teleportation. So she could like buzz over behind one person, whap him, teleport quickly over to the next
The
person,
Nightcrawler
whap him.
Bamf.
Yeah.
From the beginning of X2.
Right.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Okay.
So does my power stunt start at the bottom, or does that start at where does that start as far as
Your power stun is tied to your teleportation.
okay.
So you would just tie it, so you make a line or something tied directly to your to that.
Okay.
It's a power stunt, not a new power.
Right.
Now I gotta think of a new power stunt.
Okay, so I need a head check. Who is staying at the vein? I know Lightbringer is not.
Red Arsenal would be at the vein.
Okay.
I think unless they need me for something, but they did give me a house.
This is true.
Yeah. I mean, Shone has her own house, but if Hyperion's been damaged, she would probably stay at the vein to just kind of monitor him.
Okay. And then
Hyperion. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because she's that family orientated type of kid.
Hello.
And at this point, Phantom probably doesn't have any other options. So
Okay. 1 second. There we go. That bumped up. Okay. Alrighty. So first thing in the morning at this point, Red Arsenal, Heat Phantom, and Shone. You guys are at the vein currently.
Mm-hmm.
Freshly brewed coffee is currently brewing in the vein. You can hear it churning and percolating. Lightbringer is kind of stepping sideways and back and forth for no particular reason at her house.
She's doing the hokey pokey.
I'm adjusting my camera.
I know,
you.
I'm teasing.
She's aggressive today.
She's saucy. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I got some bad news like an hour ago.
Oh, I'm
sorry,
Kind of
honey.
Irritated.
Do you need us to beat anybody up?
Yeah. Who am I beating up?
Do
In
people
game.
at church. Is that okay?
Wait, how many?
Is that
2
bad?
people?
We can talk about it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Anywho. Yeah, not during game. Not while it's being
So
recorded.
sorry, I'm a little snippy.
No, it's okay. It's good to know. Okay, so
And I haven't had dinner.
angry. Gotcha.
Yep. So she's
Yeah.
hangry. Yep.
Exactly.
Okay, Joe Pesci.
Yep. So back in game. So those of you who are at the vein, of course, coffee is being percolated. You can hear it brewing, and it is almost ready. You can hear the sound of the toaster popping up as Eggo waffles are being prepped.
Ooh, let's go.
So there is one of those big toasters that fits like 8 in there like at once. So, but you have to push them down like individually. You can't, it's not just one pops them all down. So it's like 2, 4, 6.
No, I wish I was there.
That is currently going.
We used to get pancakes.
And shown
Hmm.
as you step out to your morning routine of find the coffee, wake yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Something hits you in the head.
Ooh.
Ow.
Not it.
And it sounded hollow, and it just kind of falls to the ground in front of you.
Okay. She's rubbing her head. What the hell? She's gonna look up actually before she looks down.
Okay, well, I mean, you look up; it's the ceiling. That's you don't see anything there.
And then she looks down.
It's a boot.
What's this game of boot?
Boot
What?
to the head.
Boot.
Do I recognize the boot?
Yes.
Who does it belong to?
Looks like the appropriate size and dimensions of Hyperion's boot.
Hyperion wears boots?
Did you just throw your boot at me?
Of course, you don't hear anything.
Okay, well, she's gonna pick up the boot and march over to where she usually finds Hyperion.
Okay.
In his little lab area.
You see nothing.
Shown to Hyperion.
There doesn't appear to be any response. And at that point, Helios notifies you, Shown, since you're the first one up. We have an incoming telephone call.
Okay. Put it through.
Okay, so the call comes through.
Yeah, hello, did I reach the legacy?
Yes. And who am I speaking to?
Well, hopefully you remember, this is Black Mass. I was hoping to get a hold of either, I don't know, what one of your leaders. I think Hyperion was the leader of your group, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's our leader.
Do you mind if I talk to him?
He's actually indisposed at the moment. And she's looking at the boot while she's saying that.
Okay.
I see. All right. Well,
Do you need me to tell him something when he shows up?
well, actually, this is kind of urgent. It's time sensitive. Would all of you mind if I came over to where you're at? I'm not exactly sure if you have a hideout or you hang out in a public place or anything, but it's something I need to go over with at least a few of you, if not the lot of you.
Yeah, sure. You can meet us at the old amusement park.
Not exactly a native of Strongford. I take it that's where you're at, right? That seems to be where you guys were hanging out and doing most of your things, at least
That's
until
where
this war happened.
that's usually where we meet people that don't know where or yeah, that don't know.
Shelly, you could always recommend Jimmy's.
Oh, you know, I just remembered something. There's Jimmy's.
Jimmy's. Oh, right. That's that interdimensional bar in that
Yeah.
pocket world. Yeah. Okay.
Give me about 20 minutes to rattle everyone else's cages, and we'll meet you at Jimmy's.
All right. I'll probably be there sooner. I'll just wait for you there then.
Okay. Bye.
And he doesn't say bye. He just hangs up.
Shown to Lightbringer?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Do you know where Hyperion is?
I left him at the vein last night.
Yeah, he was here when I went to bed, but when I came out to get coffee, I got hit in the head with his boot.
He takes off his boots?
I've never seen his toes. And he's not here, and he's not answering comms.
Lightbringer, why don't you give me an intuition check?
Sure.
And Black Mass just called. We need to meet him at Jimmy's in 20.
The bar?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I can Sledge come? Or is it like
No, yeah, bring Sludge.
Okay. I'll see you there.
Okay.
White.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Guys! Yeah, she's gonna yell through the vein.
Does Jimmy serve breakfast?
We'll say yes.
Okay, cool.
Guys!
You'll hear like Red Arsenal like eating Eggos. What's up?
Get your uniform on. We gotta leave ASAP. We gotta go to Jimmy's. And where's Hyperion?
Hyperion should be recuperating somewhere.
Well, where's he recuperating at?
Where's his charging station?
Yeah, well, you'd have to find his charging station.
Usually it's in the corner, right?
He's not
Like a
responding,
Roomba?
and he's not in his lab.
He's the size of one right now.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Helios, do you know where Hyperion is?
Why didn't I ask Helios?
He says negative. I am unaware of Hyperion's presence. Hyperion apparently left at about 5 in the morning.
All right. Hey, Sean. He left at 5 in the morning, so he's probably doing something super important.
But he's not answering comms.
It's probably super important then.
Without his boot.
He
Alexa, stop.
Doesn't. Okay, but there's other footwear other than boots.
No, I got hit in the head with his boot. So either you or Phantom threw the boot at me. And if you did, I'm going to teleport you to the moon.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't either of us because I'm over here eating Eggos. And, yeah. Bye.
She's just going to kind of growl underneath her breath and go get her uniform on.
Okay.
She's not going to use her quantum. That scared her, and she doesn't know what happened.
So
she's going to change the old-fashioned way.
Yes, she's changing the old-fashioned way.
Red Arsenal finishes his Eggos and coffee, goes and gets ready, and sees, like, let Heat Phantom know, like, hey, we got a meeting at Jimmy's. I don't know if you want to come along or not, but you should come along with us. Maybe.
Yeah, he needs to come along. She's walking on you guys now. He's part of the team.
What time is it? It can't be more than midnight.
Yeah, it comes with the job.
It's
We
about
have to
6 in
be
the
there
morning at this
now in
point.
10 minutes, so I I need to teleport us.
Oh yeah, you probably got jet lag. Yeah, it's 6 a.m.
I need to teleport us close to the entrance.
Mm. Oh, we gotta call. We gotta call. Oh my god.
You forgot your brother's name. It's cool.
Yes, Ignacio.
Oh,
Gotta call.
It's me, Ignacio. What's up?
Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just gonna look it up because this is crazy. It's not Phasar.
nope.
Oh my god.
It's Pulsar.
Pulsar.
I'm gone for 1 week.
Phasar?
Red Arsenal
Wow.
forgets me.
I was so close.
You were close.
But yeah. I guess yeah. Get ready. Head to Jimmy's. Call Pulsar. Hey, we're going to Jimmy's. Please come along.
Okay. Is something going on?
Yeah, we got a meeting. We got to meet someone.
Okay. All right. I'll meet you guys as soon as possible. Thanks for letting me know, Blue Quiver. I'll stand up.
Should make that now.
It's his alter ego.
Yes.
It's your solo hero gig.
Yes. There we go. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then, if that's the case, to speed this along, you guys get ready and prepared. I would assume Shone is going to teleport you guys to the entrance in the business building.
That is correct, though.
So this particular building, since you some of you haven't been here before, it looks like it's an office building like any other. It's just got, rooms and various offices in here. One of which, however, has a specific entrance, and there is a guy that kind of just sits right in the main hall or the main lobby of the office when you come walking in. He kind of acts as the bouncer of sorts. The room is pretty Spartan. It's just got a desk. It's got a couple like waiting chairs in it. It looks like it may be a waiting room for someplace. Oh, pardon me. But when he opens the door goes to someplace entirely different. And it's dimly lit, like you would imagine a pub or bar might be, on a normal day. And you come walking in, it's got, and it pretty much looks like a sports bar when you come walking in. It has superhero paraphernalia behind glass or in cases around at different points belonging to certain heroes or villains. And as you come walking up to get past what would be the wait station for people to bring you in for seating purposes, or if it's open to all, you can see a sign specifically stating that this is neutral ground and no one fights under any circumstances. And it says, or you'll be dealt with.
So, being Phantom's first time here and not knowing who Jimmy is, and seeing that it's labeled as neutral ground, how many other patrons are currently in the area?
It's morning time at this point, respectively, for Earth. So there's only like 2 other people in here right now There's a jukebox in the background, currently playing some of the latest and greatest 80s hits. More upbeat stuff, obviously, to wake people up. Huey Lewis in the news, specifically right now.
Sean is getting the
But everybody's
largest.
in costume.
Yeah, Sean's getting the largest cup of coffee that they have.
The notation of everybody being in costume, Phantom would have assumed civilian attire getting ready. Was he directed otherwise?
I
Oh,
would assume
yeah.
so, yes.
It's
Since
a
people-
super.
Yeah, since
Super
people didn't
car.
specify.
Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, so Carmen's gonna order breakfast or Lightbringer.
Sure. So you guys come walking in. Dale, why don't you describe what you look like?
So Black Mass is sitting at a booth, and he probably takes up like one side of the table itself at that booth because of just how large he is. 6'6", bald, gray skin, greenish, primarily green eyes, especially in certain light. They tend to glow a little green. Probably about 240 pounds, seems to be African American, bald, around 24-ish years old. And he is built like a brick excrement house with just muscles upon muscles. He is dressed casually, but it looks like there are some spots on his attire where like you might see like runes that you might not be able to identify, like something that almost looks kind of magical, or what you'd expect, like if somebody was wearing a robe or something. But he's not that fancy. It's like a nice looking shirt, nice looking pants. He wears a ring on one of his hands, and you see that he's about finished eating his third cheeseburger.
Nice.
Now, Black Mass was one of the refugees from the stomach system, right?
Yep, he sure was.
He
And
was also there helping with the Tyrex battle.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was there for the big battle too.
He and I were playing doubles, trying to fighting against Tyrex.
Right.
So you see him like kind of finish the last bite, which is like half of the burger itself. He just downs that. He's like chews it a few times, gulps, and he's reaching for a soda, and then he looks up and sees the rest of you. Like, oh, Legacy, yeah, come on over. Have a seat wherever you can get it.
Okay, walk on over.
Yeah, I'll walk
Grab
over
a chair.
and
Yeah.
we'll say it's good to see you again. I'll put my hand out for a handshake.
Likewise, and he goes ahead and shakes your hand.
Predator hand clasp, like in Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got you pushing too many pencils, Black Mass.
Well, glad you're all able to make it. I guess Hyperion wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, where is Hyperion?
He's busy. He left at 5 a.m, and he's probably doing something really important. So.
Didn't we leave him alone? Oh wait, that was a day ago. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did he leave a note? This doesn't sound like him, does it?
Did he fully reconstitute after the incident?
All I know is he went without his boot.
Hyperion wears boots?
Yeah.
You said an incident? You mind if I ask what that was?
There was a quantum implosion with some of his technology. I think it had something to do with his new composition after Well, I don't know if he wants people talking about it.
Well,
After
the
some
cat's out of the
stuff,
bag. Yeah.
after some stuff that happened in orbit
Or
during the war.
when did that happen? Not the orbit, but the incident you're talking about.
Night before last.
And you said he left today around 5 a.m. your time?
That's the last time Helios saw him. So
Did you guys check on him after that? I mean, I left him.
He was there when I went to
Fine.
bed.
And he was like looking normal.
Yeah,
Did
Yeah.
did anybody check that room after he left?
I went to his lab. That's where he always is.
Is that
And
where you guys left him?
that's where he was when I went to bed.
Hmm.
He's
So
always
then-
in his lab.
What I'm gathering here is he's missing, and none of you know where he is.
Kind of sounds like he's missing.
Can any of you contact him? I know you
He's
folks have
not.
a lot of gadgets and stuff.
He's not answering comms.
Let me see if I can reach him telepathically.
If he hit you, wait, you got hit in the head with a boot?
Yeah, it fell on me as I went into the kitchen, and I thought he threw it at me.
And you mentioned temporal implosions?
White feet on telepathy.
Wow.
That's
okay.
3 whites in a row.
Yeah.
Turn your camera off.
That's the secret. We figured it out.
Yeah, it's accents and cameras. That's how the dice roller.
It's my face. That doesn't like my face.
Lightbringer's got something else on her mind right now, so.
It's probably breakfast. And also wondering whether Black Mass or Sludge would out-eat the other.
Oh, that's right. Sledgehammer was here too. Sorry about that.
But I know he's useless before he's had breakfast, so he's probably focusing on that.
Yes.
So he orders like 12 eggs and
Every morning to help him get
Three.
large.
3
Yeah,
potatoes.
exactly. He's like Gaston.
Yeah, pretty much.
And every last inch of meat covered in hair.
Huh. So the only thing you have left of him is a boot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was
This'll
it
sound-
Hyperion that you needed to talk to?
Are we not allowed to leave the building or anything?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't live at the vein anymore. I just stayed because I wanted to make sure our
Maybe
leader was okay.
Certainly, but I mean, he left an hour before we woke up or so. I mean, is this so surprising?
No, but he didn't answer the comms. That is what got me worried.
I think also the boot, because like, is Hyperion the kind of person to set a prank?
No.
So whatever the boot thing is, it kind of seems like it's not Hyperion that did it, and if no one else in the place did it, like, it seems like maybe something else went wrong.
Was it perhaps stuck in the tentacles of the ceiling and just fell?
I don't know. The ceiling looked fine because I looked up to see what was falling from the sky, and when I looked down, it was his boot. I thought he threw his boot at me, and so I yelled at him, and there was no response. So then I was going to yell at him on comms, but there was no response.
But why would he throw his boot at you?
I don't know.
That's not him. That's not.
But you guys mentioned what happened. What was the something temporal implosion? That means
Yeah.
time, right?
Well,
It was a quantum implosion.
Oh, quantum implosion. Like
So that happened about a day ago, and then the last time you saw him was
Last
around
night.
5 a.m.
Well, our
Our VI.
butler, yeah, our butler saw him at 5 a.m.
The timing is
I
uncanny.
wonder
I
if
saw him
he-
at around midnight when I went to bed.
So
I wonder if he repaired himself sufficiently that he was able to pass as a human again and went into the office.
Yeah, but he would have
sent
told
him a memo of all the.
But he would have
things
told
that I clicked
Helios.
on.
does Helios have like video? Could we check to see if Helios like witnessed it? Is there like a security footage?
I'd imagine. I mean, we could always ask.
The
Who's
person.
Helios?
The butler, our mechanical butler, for lack of a better
He's
term.
our AI.
Yeah.
Oh. That's an artificial intelligence, right?
Yes. And he
I
makes
actually
damn
have
good
one of those.
coffee.
But yeah. So something happened, Black Mass. What's going on?
Yeah, what was it that you were calling us about? We can figure out the Hyperion thing in a minute when you're done.
Well, based on everything you're saying, I'm wondering if the two things are linked. Actually, I'm sure you all remember that a few months back, me and a few others were working on those interdimensional spikes where they were trying to anchor this dimension.
Yes, very much.
Well, except for you. By the way, who are you again? As he points to Heat Phantom.
Oh, sorry, Buckmaster. This is our new member to the Legacy. This is Heat Phantom.
Good to meet you. Well, yeah, so past several months, I've actually been focusing on taking every one of those that we can crank out and headed to different locations where there seemed to be some interdimensional instability to see if I could find a way to prevent that living dimension from coming into this reality again. Or at least if it tried to, it'd be easier to detect where.
Okay.
And I've been throughout the United States, a few places around the world. I've been doing pretty well locking it down, but sometimes I'm able to detect a different type of incursion. And I sensed one such strange interdimensional like fluctuation of energy about a day ago, and then another one, but different, earlier today around 5 a.m.
Oh no.
Great.
Uh-oh.
Hyperion went back into the stomach.
Well, I'm not so sure because, well, while working with those spikes, we more or less know based on all of your science that you folks actually worked on back then that got us out of that thing. We've been using that to actually make sure to lock on to especially that dimension and stop it from getting in, but really just to see if we can stop anything from getting to our world through another dimension. But this didn't seem like it was from the living dimension we escaped from. It's something I hadn't sensed before. And since it was here, I figured I'd reach out to you folks to see if you saw anything or if anything had come through that you had to fight off or anything like that. But it's sounding like it's just coinciding with what's happening with Hyperion.
So maybe he didn't go to the office then, which was my thought on the. Well, maybe he just went to the office. He might be missing now. Oh boy.
that boot, have you checked it with any of your gadgetry or machines to see
No.
if there's anything residual on it that could give you a clue?
No, I just left it in his lab.
Would you mind if I took a look at it?
No, I can. Lightbringer, would it be all right if we took Black Mass to the vein?
I mean, why don't you just teleport there and grab it and come back?
Remember, you got to go outside first before you do that. They don't like it if you try to teleport inside this place.
I know, I tried it before,
Yeah.
and I had a headache for 3 days.
Yeah.
Would that be all right? Do you just need to see it, or do you need to?
Yeah, what equipment do you need to test that?
Don't really need any equipment. You could even
Just-
bring it back here.
Just the boot.
got
Okay,
it.
so that's what Sean does. She walks outside and teleports home, or to the vein.
Okay. So about 15 or so minutes later, she comes back
With said boot.
with a single boot.
Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Right.
Yep.
Let's check it out. And he takes that and he moves like his multiple plates that he had used up already aside, and he puts down the boot, and he is like kind of moving his hands around it. His eyes are closed, and it looks like he's just focusing somehow on the boot. So, Jerome, can I roll like psyche or intuition or something to get a sense of any type of weirdness going on with the boot?
Intuition.
Okay. Green feet.
Alrighty. So you examine the boot, and your senses tell you that there's clearly something off about the boot.
And I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. It's just weird.
The closest thing that you could relate that to is you're looking at a Xerox.
Okay.
Does Black Mass know what a Xerox is?
Yes.
I mean, copy machines probably existed
Yes.
on his Earth. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. It mirrored his Earth, yes.
Okay.
You had copy. And speaking of which, at that point in time, copy shops were a thing, but you could find Xerox machines at like Quick Stops and a lot of different places.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
for some reason that was a thing.
I didn't know Black Mass came. I thought it was just from the description. I was like, oh, he's an alien. No, he comes. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he definitely looks human, but clearly he looks like deviant or something like that, but definitely human.
Hence the gray
Okay.
skin
Right.
Yeah,
So,
that's why
yeah.
I thought it was an alien.
and the large stature.
right. So after a few minutes of that, then he puts his hands down on the table and looks up and opens his eyes, and he's all, I haven't felt anything like this. This is strange. It's off, but it feels like it's not an original object, like it's a copy, like a Xerox machine, and you make copies. There's always just a little bit of a difference. I can't pinpoint what that difference is, though.
Oh, like it's degrading over time as it copies. Every copy is less and less of the original.
Maybe not in this case less, but just different. I can't quite tell. Do
So
you guys have any machines that can like look at this thing?
Go ahead and everybody give me an intuition check. That's there.
Even me.
Even you.
Okay. Roll my towering GD.
Intuition, green.
Green feet.
green.
Super green.
Yep.
I've never been.
green. Okay. Super green. So, in fact, all of you now realize, now that he's talking about like the boot and there's a difference of whatnot, when that snap happened and Hyperion basically turned into Roomba, flat plate version of himself and whatnot, all of his equipment, like everything, gone. So when he was starting to
What?
reconstitute himself, it was just him. It wasn't like his uniform or anything. It was him as the base unit. The only thing that was saved in actuality was the outfit he was attempting to change into when it happened. So that shirt and pants and shoes went flying like into the room, and everything else just.
So maybe things are starting to come back. A little
Red
different.
Arsenal,
Yeah, what's up?
can you describe again exactly what it was that happened?
I
made
was
my best assumptions, but maybe there's something that we missed in the calculations.
Yeah, I was not there. I just heard a loud explosion, and when I ran over there, Hyperion was in bad shape. So called
Like-
you, and that's what happened. We
Like in
can
pieces.
no, like a twisted, mangled. Yeah. I think we have video back at base. Sean, I don't know if you want to take me back there and we can bring back the video.
You can't bring back the video.
No,
Yeah, it's
like a
a-
copy or anything. Like no, okay.
I
They
mean,
don't
if you
have-
want to take the time to make a VHS copy, sure.
Oh no, that's right. We're in the 1995.
1995.
Shoot. I don't know, guys. I think if you guys are cool with it, I think Black Mass should come back with us, and you guys can look over the tapes.
It's your call, Lightbringer. You're the next in command.
Am I?
I'm pretty sure he left everything.
Sledgehammer nudges Lightbringer then with a smirk.
Well, yeah, because he said if anything happened to him, you got everything.
Yeah.
Well, no, the civilian
Sure.
us, but
And you have the highest seniority out of all of us.
Yeah, you should probably pick a second in command because I wonder one day we'll wake up and you'll be missing too.
oh,
That
great.
yeah.
Well,
Um,
you must consider this. This is effectively the expert in the realm of knowledge, and we potentially have a gate to another dimension in the kitchen that he has been studying and warding against.
that is a good point. You know what? Let's go ahead and take him back with us. Let me just alert Helios.
Sledge, are you coming too?
Sure. I'm no good with the quantum temporal.
Neither am I. I leave that. I leave
science
that to
magics. But
I leave that to Lightbringer.
And also, I just
Not
I
much
don't.
for magic, but
I know we're kind of in a panic about this too, but I would also like at some point to kind of follow through with the rescuing my family from Cinia thing.
Yes,
We do.
it's still there. We haven't forgotten.
yeah,
Okay.
we do need to do a little footwork before we can do that. But yeah, that's definitely still on the agenda. Okay, Jerome, I'm going to contact Helios and ask him to add Black Mass to the user profiles.
Affirmative. We'll update when you return.
Okay. Everybody done here?
Oh, yeah. Hey, can I get 2 more number 3s and a number 4 to go? He says to like whoever's at the behind the bar.
What did you just order?
A couple of double cheeseburger meals and then a chicken sandwich meal.
Oh, that
They're
sounds
really good here. I'm
That does sound
surprised.
good. I think maybe we should order one. No, it's too late. Sorry, time has passed. Let's go. Let's go rescue our brother.
So it obviously takes a little bit to get the rest of the order prepared. You're waiting around for that. Sledge goes ahead and orders as well, since you're waiting anyways.
Yeah,
Okay.
she gets another coffee.
All right, fine.
As well.
I'll order two. I was like, oh, we're in a hurry.
We're in a hurry. We're hurrying to wait.
No rush or anything.
Yeah. It's like a meltdown at the Simpsons plant.
Well, everybody's getting cheeseburgers.
I mean, let's be honest. Lightbringer stopped at Waffle House for burgers on the way to rescue Hyperion. So
Right.
That is correct.
it's just
Prioritize.
it's our MO.
But once your food has been
Hashtag
ordered,
priorities.
has been paid for, you guys exit Jimmy's, and then once you're out of the office building, then teleport to the vein. Of course, I don't have to describe it to you, Dale. You know what it looks like.
Right.
First time Black Mass has been here, but you know it. But you personally know what it looks like.
Yeah, so he's looking around at it like, impressive. Huh. Wow. Lots of
It's home.
technology. So, where did the first event happen where he turned into this stuff?
Yeah, it's going to be over here, and Red Arsenal will take the group, show them.
I mean, it's in the conference room with, Helios, the computer, and whatnot. It's a part of that main room right there near the elevator.
So he goes over to that conference room and he leans over and puts both of his hands on top of the conference room table, and it looks like he's going into that trance again, like what he just did with the boot. So to see if he can pick up on anything strange or residual in this room at least.
Okay, go ahead.
White feet.
Okay. So you just got here. You're probably going to need to give yourself a moment to acclimate to the room, perhaps. There is a lot of sciencey tech in here, and sometimes the ambient energy coming off it can throw off your potential signal.
Okay.
Are we in? I forgot. Are we in the training room or outside the training room?
Outside the training room.
Yeah, we're in the ready room right now, where there's the conference room and the mainframe computer.
Yep.
I wonder if there's residual radiation that's affecting his readings. So I'm gonna go to the training room and just check on that and see if there's something I can do.
Sure.
I'm going to ask Helios if it has any footage of what happened to Hyperion at 5 a.m. when he left, presumably, the building.
Okay, so you see what apparently is an emotive face appear on the monitor, and then in a lower corner, shows the security footage. The emotive face looks down at the footage, even though it doesn't really have to. It's doing that for visual reference, as if it's watching along with you guys. And you end up seeing that Hyperion is working, like he's occasionally taking metal and merging it back with his body, and then looks like he's going over a data pad and mulling over some other things. Clearly, when you see that there's a little bit of a blink and he's gone.
Is there a timestamp difference? Like, does it seem like the time ticks on normally and then it's just like in a second he's gone, or is there like a missing time frame or something?
No
or...
missing time frame. Just it keeps on going.
Huh.
By the way, green on hard radiation control.
Okay, sure. You can, if you want, you can roll your radiation control to dampen any latent ambient radiation that may have been still residing in the room.
White.
Okay. So you are preoccupied with that right now.
Okay.
So then as Black Mass was looking at that video along with Pulsar, and then he sees him blink out of existence, he's like, I take it that's not something that he can do. Is that out of the ordinary for him?
That's out of the ordinary, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that can teleport.
He can make copies of himself, but that's about it. You mentioned Xerox earlier. That made me think of that. Does the time frame match up with when Black Mass you felt that spike in our vicinity?
Looks pretty close. Where is that spot in your hideout here? Maybe I can take a look there.
Where he blinked?
Same room. You just have to turn around and walk over that way.
Oh, okay. So then he'll walk over to exactly where that happened, and he'll like go into his trance again to see if he can get a better read.
Go ahead.
Just imagine we walk over to it's like a swirling purple portal, just like
there it is. Yellow feet.
All
nice.
Right. So after you've watched that footage, you've taken a second to reassess and go back over there. You definitely pick up on something. It's faint, but you pick up on something.
There's something residual here. Can't quite tell what it is, but something happened to him in this spot. Do you guys have any machines or doodads that can scan this stuff? I'm not sure how much of your technology you've got that's advanced. It's AI is pretty impressive, but
what would you want us to scan for?
Well, you mentioned something about quantum, what have you. I'm not big of a science guy, but if there's anything that can measure whatever he was dealing with or whatever happened to him before, give it a shot.
Am I back in the scene?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Would I know of any of Hyperion's equipment that would measure that? Because I don't think I've used anything like that.
Yeah, you definitely haven't. There may actually be something at Quantum Unlimited.
Oh, Jerome, when he vanished, sorry.
Go ahead.
Did the data pad that he was working with vanish with him?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a computer nearby that maybe it was connected to that we could be checking to see like last login from Hyperion in terms of what he was doing?
Let's see, what was he doing at that point?
He was checking his Facebook and making sure his Neopets were fed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, it would still be open at this point since he just blinked out. So, yeah, I mean, there's a computer nearby.
Okay. I want to go over and check it and see if I can maybe tell what he was doing prior to his vanishing.
It looks like he was measuring the duration of the metal consumption.
Oh, like how long it was taking him to like absorb new pieces?
Yeah. And the types of alloys, trying to gauge like what absorbed faster.
And the metals that are listed, they're just like kind of standard like steel, iron. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's no like blinking red one that's like do not eat.
Nope,
Okay.
nothing like that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm out of ideas, guys. I'm not a scientist.
Okay, Jerome, I literally yesterday cataloged or like surveyed all of Quantum's projects.
You sure
Is there
did.
anything that was quantum related?
Yes.
Based on my knowledge of the project, would I know that there's something that could measure this or read this energy?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Is it a device that I could bring
Quantum
back?
Unlimited had been working in partnership with Alpine Technologies to measure the latent dimension radiations that had been around Shadestone building.
Okay. Is it a device that I can bring back here?
You currently run the company, so you tell me.
No, I mean like physically is it a device that I could
You
bring?
have a sledgehammer, so I reiterate this question.
Well,
Okay.
even if it's huge.
It's
This is
like
a Tony
a
Stark thing in front of
1970
Loki. You know, we have all.
It's like it's a 1970 size computer.
Yeah, in terms of like size, we're going to be able to get it through the door.
Yeah, well, you have somebody who teleports.
Yeah, well, but even then, there's a difference between like my car and a device that's like this book. You know, like
Okay. So how big is this device, Jerome?
It is about the size of a 1980s computer. So it's oversized. It's like it would look like if you ever look at 80s computers when you see them in the movies, they always have like a couple of extra floppy drives. They've got like a big separate attachment usually for like the modem. And so, like, everything is a little bit bigger, obviously, because it was not
It's a Tandy
standardized.
6000.
Don't bust on my Commodore
So
64.
it is a big, bulky computer, but it is absolutely possible to bring it through. Yes.
Okay. It's probably pretty delicate, right? So maybe
Yes.
sledge jumping with it would not be the easiest way to move it.
I mean, I could lift it. Like how?
I mean, maybe we should just teleport it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of describe this equipment that we're gonna need that I can go get at the office. But should I bring Sean to help teleport it here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounding like a good idea so far.
Where should we set it up? Here in the ready room?
I mean, this is where the anomaly
I mean,
is.
this is where it needs to be measured. Okay. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Right.
Poof.
I turn to Sledge, I ask him, how much do you bench?
So
How many abs do you have? Okay, so I'm gonna walk through the office and like I know what I'm doing.
Sure, no problem.
And go to the place and grab it, and we'll.
You suffer no
figure it out.
resistance because you've let most people go home. So
That's
it's
also true.
yes. So it is currently a ghost town right now.
Okay.
Sledgehammer would let you know he doesn't know specifically because he hasn't had access to machines that would measure it.
Do we have stuff like that here?
No.
You
You
have
have a
room.
danger room.
Oh, which currently is filled with radiation, so it lives up to its name.
I wonder if the place back east probably could do it.
Yeah, well, because
I forget her name. Oh my goodness.
because I actually haven't been around that many super people before, and like a bunch of us are really strong, and I was kind of curious. I was like, wait, how strong am I? Like, I actually have no point of reference. You guys want to go play baseball while they're gone?
He says, "Weren't you trying to find your family?"
I was, but we have to wait for stuff.
So baseball in the interim while you
I'm trying to keep myself occupied.
gotcha.
Yeah.
You already finished your cheeseburger, huh?
Yeah. Just put it into the stovetop part of my my celestial helmet.
Okay.
No, I eat it like a person.
Does that mean
But-
you take off your helmet?
Brief delay. Obviously, you go and pick up. You go into the computer lab to grab said computer.
Okay. And we can just poof it right out of there. So I'll just make sure that we have all the pieces that we need, and then like make sure that Joan's got her hands around it or whatever.
Sure. Oof.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll bring it back to the room. And I'll start plugging stuff in.
Black Mass will step aside while watching you do your thing.
Does Black Mass look the same as when we saw him in New York?
He probably has a different attire, so it's a similar style, but like his, shirts and pants and stuff were messed up from everything that happened. So
Okay, but he's still the same, like gray skin, green eyes from not too long ago.
exactly.
Has he grown a goatee
No,
in reference to the seriousness of the war?
Yeah, no,
no facial hair, not even on his head.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I was like, I don't remember him being gray. Now I'm like, wait a minute, is this his like Wario like evil version this whole time? And we just got him to plug in the supercomputer.
I don't think we ever got a description of Black Mass.
I remember seeing a picture of him.
I showed pictures, so yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember him being gray.
I remember.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Cool.
So, you have set up the computer. You've plugged it back in. Lightbringer, give me a reason check.
Okay. Green.
Okay, so you connect it correctly, you start it up, and you are now going to have the scanning piece set up. You can just aim it wherever you want. Effectively, it looks like a laser with a small satellite dish attached to it. But when I say satellite dish, I don't mean like the Dish Network looking ones. I mean like the ones that look like they were huge, but it's just miniaturized.
It's Marvin the Martian's gun.
I'm gonna hand it to Black Mass and say, point this at where you think the energy is.
Oh, all right. So he goes in, turns, and aims it at the spot where he was trying to detect it before.
Okay.
So do I press a button, or what do I do now?
Does he press a button?
No, he just holds it.
Okay.
Lightbringer presses the button.
Oh. Is the button on the computer?
It is. It's called enter.
Oh.
Oh, the any key.
Yep.
Where's the any key?
I push the button.
Okay. So it starts scanning, doing its thing, and you are getting, based on your reason roll, it is coming up. It's picking up on some a type of radiation. In essence, it falls under dimensional radiation, but it's listed under the undefined.
Okay. Does it give me any data that I can interpret?
What are you looking for?
I don't know, some way to define the undefinable?
Well, again, I have to ask, what are you looking for? That's another way of saying you're trying to find something, and I don't know what it is you're looking for specifically.
I'm just trying to interpret the data to see if I can deduce something that, like, clearly the computer doesn't have the parameters to understand what it's reading. So
Could
if there's anything that I can extrapolate from the data that it did give us,
could we try
I don't
comparing
know.
it to other forms of radiation that we are aware of? Maybe there's like a
I mean, you
it's close.
could, but that's something that the system would have already calculated.
Oh, okay.
It's the reason why it's listing it as dimensional is because it's beyond the scope of known radiation, and it only has like two other phenomenon that it can tie it to. Lightbringer, go ahead and give me a reason check.
Green.
Okay. You actually have to break out your notes based upon your dimensional travel theory
Okay.
at this point. So what you have been able to ascertain is, yes, it is some sort of dimensional energy. Yes, it does have essentially a tie to it, kind of like what you have determined, but it's too corroded at this point, too deteriorated, I should say, to determine where exactly it's at. If you could pick up more of the same, you could probably determine where what dimension specifically it was.
Oh, can you try the boot?
Yeah, let's read the boot.
Sure.
The boot might be more recent, so maybe it's not as corroded.
Aims it at the boot.
So turns it, aims
She
at the boot.
presses enter.
So user friendly.
Yeah.
So now it's spitting, more information. It comes up with a completely different registration.
What?
Obviously, it's still showing unidentifiable unidentifiable radiation. Through your own research that the radiation that's coming from, basically the numbers that it's spitting out, is actually a different, what would
Dimension?
essentially be a different dimension. Yes.
Ooh,
Well,
10 points
that's
for
not
pulsar.
great. That's not great.
10 points forecast on.
So what are you getting from this?
It seems to me, in layman's terms, that the dimension that he went to the first time is different from the dimension that he is currently, or that he just went to based on the boot. Do you have the data, or some kind of data from your studies? Is there something that I can compare this to?
Jerome, would Black Mass have like like a new Prussia phone where he would have like stored his like map of like interdimensional spikes that he placed in different places? Or
He has a black book,
okay, that'll work.
but he doesn't have access to the good gadgets. Not like that.
No, okay. So he reaches into like a pocket of his and pulls out a black book, and he like flips a few of the pages and sets it down on the conference table, and he points to it and says, "Here, I've got my up-to-date map of what you could call ley lines, where it's convergences of energy that actually connect to different spots around the surface of our world. It seems like in these places, the fabric, I suppose, between worlds or dimensions can be in flux depending on what's happening at these locations. It's where I've been putting all the spikes because it seems to have the best effect. And he flips through a few more pages and he's like, these are the readings that I've been able to pick up. Sometimes I work with a team. Sometimes it's simple enough for me to just head there myself, place the spike, activate it, and done, and move on to the next. But you can look through this as much as you need to.
So I'll start reading through and kind of flipping through pages. I'm specifically interested in local ones because obviously this happened here. So
Right.
Can I roll to see if I find any patterns?
Sure.
Should I use my big brain?
I'll leave that up to you.
Do it.
Are we at a big brain moment?
Are there
Do
consequences for using big brain?
No, it's just I just roll. It's less effective the more times I try and use it.
If it'll help us find where Hyperion went.
Okay. I mean, he's kind of useful to the team or whatever.
Yeah, he owes me a karate lesson.
Not enough to
thanks.
Prevent you from stopping to go to Waffle House, but I mean,
Wow.
just saying.
I didn't even know it was
Feeling
missing.
Yellow. Okay, yellow with big brain.
Okay, so based upon all the information you have at this point in time, the only other notes that Black Mass has was that original hole that happened at Shadestone. Oh, pardon me. Goodness. So there are no other cross references for Strongford.
Okay.
And that, of course, comes up as a different radiation signature, which they can identify. So if that was tied to what you were looking at, then it would have registered on the system.
Okay, so it's unrelated.
Correct.
Have I gleaned any other information that can give us a route forward?
Without having another source of a dimensional lock, you're kind of stuck.
Do we know anyone that deals in interdimensional energy or awareness or travel?
Outside of Black Mass?
Yeah.
There is only one person that you were aware of, and you actually knocked him out during the fight in New Prussia.
Yeah, he doesn't like me.
Correct.
Would Phantom know Echo's particular skill set related to dimensional science?
Who?
Echo? Isn't that his scientific contact commander person? Or did I get her name wrong?
I am
Sagan?
I'm
No.
drawing a blank.
Like somebody from the New Prussian Special Forces?
Yeah, the scientist woman that introduced him to the legacy.
Oh, that was Sagan.
That was Sagan, yeah.
Oh, it was
Sagan,
Sagan?
okay.
Yeah, Sagan. Yeah, no, that's way out of her wheelhouse.
So it sounds like Hyperion's in another dimension, is what I'm gathering.
Is there any way that we can go to where he's at?
But it sounds like we don't know where he's at.
And I don't understand why he just doesn't come back, because he knows how to open up those he has a different kind of teleport than I do.
I mean,
He
if
opens
Oh,
up
yeah.
he opens up this like triangle and you can see the other side.
I
I don't
mean,
think that works dimensionally, though. Does it?
That's how we got home from being in that other one. That was before your time.
oh, his conduit might be malfunctioning because
Yeah, Jerome, does
Could
this sound
could
like
could
it's
that
related to conduit?
Hard to say. It could be.
Black Mass, do you think that that could have something to do with his disappearance?
So he has like a version of that portal that you all made when we were trying to escape
Yes.
the dimension.
Yes.
It's possible that it seemed like he was having troubles using it.
he's been having some mechanical issues
Yeah.
since our battle against Tyrax.
Ever since he came back from that ship,
Yeah.
he kind of melded with the ship.
I'm
He
not
was-
familiar enough with Deridian slash Dexamite technology to guess exactly how it changed him.
Yeah, and
Is-
everything that we had got blown up.
Is it the technology that is changing, or was it the virus that is? Because weren't we still kind of not sure if the virus had completely left his system?
Virus? Well, the world
Computer
was
virus.
this guy.
Poor Black Mass, he just keeps getting these little bits at a time.
one of our prongs in fighting back Tyrex was infecting the Tyrex's main ship with a virus that was supposed to
Computer
knock out.
virus.
Yeah, it's a computer virus and knock out their systems, but Hyperion
It backfed on him.
He's built of similar technology, and there was some backlash into his system.
Was he still being hurt by this virus by the time he disappeared? Any of you know?
I don't think so. I mean, he when he came to, the other two, and she points at Pulsar and Red Arsenal, could not be around him because he had a hunger for anything kind of techie.
No, it was Xenofreeze. I
Oh,
could be near-
Xenofreeze. Yeah, Xenofreeze. So they couldn't be in the same room with him until he was able kind of to put himself back together and get rid of the ship metal that he was fused to.
He was like metabolizing technology in order to reconstitute himself.
Yeah. And he didn't mention anything about having any residual complications from the virus.
Helios, did Hyperion have any logs about his like the process of him reconstituting himself? Did he leave any sort of status updates of how that process was going?
I have very little of that information available to me. Most of that consists of the metallurgy reports that you have already reviewed.
So he didn't leave a journal for us to check.
Well, when it comes to him absorbing this metal, I'm not sure how much of that would have to do with interdimensional travel. I mean, would it make sense that there's a connection there? You probably know how he works better than I do.
Well, my worry is that if the virus that he was still fighting against had somehow gotten into his conduit system, his ability to portal to different places, that might be what's causing him to go haywire, maybe.
But then there's tons of metal here on Earth. Why would he go to a different dimension?
Well, I'm saying I don't think that he went to a different dimension on purpose. I'm saying that the conduit system might be damaged, and now he's tumbling through dimensions without control. That might explain why the boot made it back.
It's Sliders, but he's all alone.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know. I'm
Is
not that
that
smart.
is that possible, Black Mass?
This science, I'll be honest with you, is getting to be beyond me when it comes to how Hyperion is interacting with going through dimensions and things. That's boy, it's difficult to figure out. I mean, I myself have been able to create portals. I was able to base that off of how all of you actually managed to build that interdimensional portal back in the living dimension. Before you guys actually got there, I was trying to find some way to get us out. I spent months and months. We were
Yeah.
there for years, but I could never get the energy and I could never find a way to pathfind through the various energies that lead between dimensions. But your theory managed to figure that out right away. So I've just been copying that, and
I
I've
wouldn't say
managed to
right
make
away.
something.
Sean kind of reaches over and pats Lightbringer's big brain lovingly.
Okay, so Jerome, I helped Hyperion develop his conduit, didn't I? Like the tech behind it.
That was your theory that was initially based on.
Yeah. Can I extrapolate that into some way to track him based on the energy
that all
output?
ties back to finding a lock on the dimension. Yes. Otherwise,
Okay.
you're going to be randomly jumping around trying to find it.
Right. So can I roll to see if I can figure out how to harness that?
You can once you are presented with enough dimensional energy to do so. Again,
Okay.
that's what's tying the lock.
I see.
And
So we need.
at that point, Helios ends up like the monitor actually starts going.
Helios, what's going on?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
May I interrupt?
Please do. We're out of ideas.
So Helios says, "I have some I have an update on Senia."
Oh.
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 Okay.
I have been actively attempting to scan news reports and channels that I should not be scanning to obtain information based upon Pulsar's family.
Have you found his family?
I believe with a 65% certainty I have found a clue.
Oh.
What's the clue?
So he just starts printing some information up on the screen. The face moves over to one side, starts looking at what he's printing up. He says, basically the report that he's putting together, it's incomplete, but there's enough of it that indicates that. Oops, hold on one second.
Is it one of those like dot matrix printers where all the papers like attached to each other?
You know it.
Yeah.
No, it's all on the screen. It's not a dot matrix printer.
Oh, okay. Because you said he was printing stuff, and so I was like, "Ooh, dot matrix time."
Yeah.
Oh no.
1 second. My son was trying to call me.
Can Helios look for this dimensional energy, I wonder?
No.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
If we plug the device into
Universe might have.
Universe, look for this dimensional energy.
So Helios tells you that He found a report that was actually just recently uncovered by the United States government that Senia had been looking into a location in the Amazon rainforest.
Who was looking in the Amazon rainforest?
Cinia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
The Senia intelligence believed that they had found a Dexamite facility located somewhere in the jungles.
You know, we might have the scanners in order to find our missing brother lost in space. The Dexamite facility.
Even if we did, I don't have the capacity for interfacing with a Dexamite facility.
Do you remember what happened to said Dexamite facility? It was
In the
part of your
Amazon?
guys' plan. Anyone?
Wait, could you repeat it? I'm sorry.
It was a part of your guys' plan. Do you guys remember what you did with that Dexamite facility?
We blew it up.
No.
In the
One,
Amazon?
No.
no,
Oh,
the
the
one
one-
in Utah.
Oh,
Or
the one
not
we
Utah,
gave-
but the one in the border.
Universe.
Oh, Universe. Yeah,
Yeah.
Universe blew up.
Yeah, I thought Universe was destroyed in the war.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm confused. Why did you bring up Universe?
Because you guys kept hinting at a facility that might have the scanning capability, and you were talking like you were trying to raise Universe.
Oh no. I was saying that like if we now know that the Sinian intelligence had a Dexamite facility in the Amazon, we might be able to go there, and we may find more stuff that we can use in order to locate Hyperion.
But there's also that other Dexamite facility that we gave to the United States.
Yeah, but remember they're really prickly about letting us into it again. We'd
that's
have to get permission.
Black Math. I could just see.
Real quick,
Like we forgot he was
Dexamite.
there.
what's Dexamite?
Oh,
Ancient alien race, hyper advanced, conquered the stars a long time ago.
Everybody's related somewhat to everybody through it.
a lot of the supers are kind of built up, I guess, based on like their genetic experiments, I guess.
Yeah, the deviant gene is related to Dexamite genetics, as far as we've been able to study.
Yeah, as they're not really around anymore, but they've left their fingerprints all over the place, and they got really advanced technology everywhere they left. So they're highly coveted, and
I'm not sure I like the idea of Cinia having their hands on Dexamite technology.
which is why we should we
So-
should probably go and investigate, see if we can find this place and make sure that it's not still under Sinian control.
What do you think, Lightbringer?
Well, I feel like we're kind of at a dead end with finding Hyperion right now. Do you think this priority takes precedence?
Well, we may be able to find something at the facility that will help us, like if we can get it to recognize, the deviant or the Dexamite part of us. We may be able to, like, kind of like how we did it with Universe. There might be something there, but I'm also curious, Helios, you mentioned that this is a clue, something to do with my family. What does this Dexamite facility have to do with my family
I located their badge IDs
in the Amazon?
tied to this report.
Tied to this? Oh,
So they're linked
Huh.
somehow. They're either there or were there. Sounds like.
Interesting.
I'll tell you guys
Um,
what. It sounds like we're gonna need some more information, like more pieces of
more data.
Hyperion falling through or more of these incursions here. Normally, I'd want to set up a spike here to stop that from happening, but do you think your what do you call this place again? Do you have a name for your base?
We call it the vein,
The Pulsar
Oh.
Cave.
the pulsar cave.
So, the vein, if you think it's stable enough, if you think that if anything pops into your vein that shouldn't be here, that it'll be contained, then I'll hold off on putting a spike here for now, but
Well, if something falls in here that's not supposed to be here, Helios won't let it out.
oh, right. So it can just, it's on all the time and it can
Yeah.
watch what's going on?
Yeah.
You see a couple like automated tendrils come down from the ceiling.
Well, that's not creepy, but okay.
How did you think he made coffee?
I did. Wait, hold on. This thing has tentacles?
Didn't really think about the coffee thing, but
Is that how it's been
Okay.
tucking me in at night?
How did you think it was tucking you in?
I thought with like robot arms. I had my eyes closed. It gave me a little sleep mask and everything. I didn't realize there were like Cthulhu tendrils coming from the ceiling. Helios, would
They're
you
more
be able...
like Dr. Octopus looking tendrils.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's acceptable. Actually, yeah, I actually like how Dr. Octopus tentacles look like. They're really cool. Yeah. We should probably ask Helios if it detects any interdimensional like fluctuations, like how when Hyperion vanished. We should probably ask it to notify us immediately.
I mean, if anything pops up, like pieces of what he was wearing or what he used to wear or him himself, again, that boot seemed like it was not an original, like not from here. So this might be even more advanced than what we're kind of thinking.
Well,
we need more information.
He has the ability to make copies of himself.
Can he make them through dimensions?
I don't know. This is all new area for us.
Jerome, the energy that is being given off by the boot, does that seem associated with Hyperion making copies? Like, is it the same kind of copy sort of energy? I'm not that I've ever looked at the energy of his copies, but
no, it doesn't match that. His copies are quantum copies. They're not physical, like they mimic his his body parts and everything.
So not that kind of.
Do his quantum copies get his clothes too?
He can make it look like they have their clothes, but it doesn't get his clothes now.
Okay, all right. So I was curious if this was like one of his copies boots, because we mentioned Xeroxes earlier, and so I was like, oh, I never thought about his copies maybe being like a Xerox where they become like less cool as he copies himself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have seen people make copies or illusions of themselves before, and normally they have to focus on keeping those things active and persisting. If they leave, if they get knocked unconscious, especially if they die, whatever the illusions or copies are, those just fall away because it's all based on whoever's summoning those things. Is he the same way, or can these things still exist when he's off or
No, they
whatever?
go away.
I think they go away.
They go away.
I don't think I've ever seen him maintain one inactively.
Okay.
Actively, that's the word.
And that sounds like this boot is a separate artifact from a dimension.
And we don't have enough energy to lock onto that dimension, right? Am I understanding that?
We don't we don't understand where it came from, so
So
we
we
can't
need to
pinpoint.
find more of that same energy to lock onto it.
Hmm.
Right?
Jerome,
Am
I'm
I
gonna
following?
That is correct.
Okay,
It's like a
good.
fingerprint.
Jerome, I'm
Okay.
gonna shake the boot. Is there anything like a piece of paper inside the boot that had an obvious
Oh
clue that we just missed?
yeah, it's got the dimensional coordinate.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Find me at Waffle House. Like
Oh, he was at Waffle
Of
House.
course.
Fine.
He always goes to Waffle House.
he loves those peanut butter
Yeah.
chips on his
There's
waffles.
nothing like that in there.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
Okay.
That was
Well,
Well, I guess we'll put a pin in this and we'll see if we can collect more energy samples that will give us enough data to extrapolate. In the meantime, who's on board for our Amazon excursion?
I am.
I am.
Black Mass, would you like to join us? Sledge?
sounds like you're down a man. If you need me, I'll come with and help however I can.
More the merrier.
Sledge is like, I recently skipped out on town. I don't know if it would be such a good thing if I skipped out again, but I'm obviously, if Shone can teleport, I'll be happy to come in a pinch.
You know what? We can't let Red or the the red grip and the pouch have all the glory. So, okay.
I have very little jungle training, but I will lend a hand as well as I can.
That will be very helpful.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are we teleporting there or are we flying there? Do we actually know where the
Do we know
base
where-
is?
yeah, Helios, do you have coordinates for us?
Helio says, I have a rough idea. It is not safe to teleport as I cannot
No.
confirm.
Yeah,
but I
Sean's
can.
shaking her
Should
head.
we take the ship?
Let's take the ship.
If Xenofreeze is cool with it.
But
Yeah.
I can give you a land marker of a city to start your research, and I will continue to scan what the United States government has been providing itself.
Okay.
Helios, if anything else falls into the vein, alert us immediately.
Of course.
And
And
try
take
to
energy readings if you can.
try to contain it if possible.
I will do my best.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna escort
And then you
Sledge
hear,
to the.
uh-oh.
Mm.
And he says,
So-
oh,
that's
I
right,
have
his
received a
IC.
message.
He has ICQ.
Yeah.
Whatever
What's
that
the
is.
message? What's the message,
whom?
Helios?
And he pulls it up and he says, "Oh, it is from my chess club.
Oh,
Somebody
excellent.
has updated their movements."
Okay. I'm gonna escort Sledge out of the base while everybody gets whatever they need to go.
Ixion, get the ship ready.
Yeah. Because Derek will be here next week. Or next game.
Next game, yeah.
I could drive.
So
I'm good at it.
Sean will show Black Mass to the ship.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we need for jungle stuff?
Water, bug spray.
I'm gonna be right back.
It's probably not too, because Senia was also kind of like rainforesty, right? Or no?
It's off the coast of the Philippines, so.
Okay, so it's probably the kind of tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. It is tropical.
Yeah, we need a lot of water. It'll get hot in there, so if those you who are that'll be a problem. Make sure you keep cool. Mosquitoes are always a problem.
the flesh-eating ants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainforests are filled with a lot of stuff that are usually pretty. If they don't get a whole lot of interaction with people, they'll probably not be afraid of us. So be be on your guard.
Yeah.
Right.
Where I came from, it's almost a match of Egypt. So the heat will not bother me.
Well, it's a humid heat. It'll
Yeah,
be
Right.
yeah.
the heat will not bother me.
Okay.
Because off the Nile there is humidity.
So while you guys are debating heat, humidity, and swamp ass, and anything else to debate, you guys get into the ship and take off from the port, off into the sky.
Up, and away.
And I can't make the noise that Derek makes, the Jetson noise. Yeah.
That was good.
So on your way to the Amazon rainforest, good grief.
I know, I've been yawning too.
Oh,
Helios,
yeah.
Helios, give me a coffee.
Which, of course, is found in Brazil.
Brazil.
I wonder if it's in one of those ancient cities that were swallowed up by the jungle. Ooh.
Oh, like a Mayan or an Incan civilization.
Yeah, but yeah.
As you are making your flight at this point, about halfway through, you are, or so I should say, Helios updates you, lets you know that he has intercepted a radio communication in that vicinity. It seems that some dubious archaeologists have discovered something.
Ooh.
What did they discover?
They currently don't know. They believe it to be some sort of quote unquote lost alien tech, but that is undetermined if it is Dexamite or Duridian or just something else altogether. They did, however, note that they found something that had, or they managed to find a pack that had a clipboard with some paperwork that had designations for Senia on it.
Do you know their location, Helios? Can you pinpoint where they were reporting from?
Helios says, I believe they are in the vicinity of Belem do Candia.
You're gonna have to spell that.
Belem do Candia.
Lemdo Candia.
London dia, my friend.
Yeah. Copy. Paste.
All right. How?
Alexa, stop.
Oh, wow. That's way in there. Holy moly.
Do we need to worry about alerting? Like, does Brazil have superhero teams or somebody that we should be worried about, or do we just fly in and apologize later?
You know, I'm pretty sure they might have a superhero team, but time's a ticking.
Yeah. We should probably ask our light brigade to do that.
She's in the loo.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna try to fly us over into that area.
Give me a piloting check.
Oh boy. I do have spacecraft.
Yep, it is dexterity, and if you have your talent of spacecraft, it's going to be make your agility up 1 column shift.
So the clipboard had information pointing to Cinia?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so if my agility is amazing, the column shift, I roll it as a monstrous.
That is
right?
correct. I'll be right back. 1 sec.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, there might actually be ley lines out here too. This
If
might
I-
be in your wheelhouse, Black Mass.
But if I want to get
Possible.
green feet, I'm going to spend
18 million karma.
Nah, I think if I spend 20 karma,
I was close.
yeah, because even if I roll a 1, I'll get 21 to get a green feet. So I'll spend 20 karma.
Yep. That'll work.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I'm learning the game.
Yay!
Hey, it's the
guys.
first karma spent of the month.
Yay!
Oh, do we have to roll for
XPs?
No,
we
do
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we do. Okay, nice.
Let's see.
And we get Rex Manning XP.
Oh, let's go.
Rex P.
Yes, Rex P.
Rex P.
hmm
Okay.
Oh, I gotta take my pill. Almost forgot. You guys almost made me forget.
Yeah, we're sorry.
That's because I made Alexa shut up and he wasn't able to say, "Take your pill."
Oh, you were talking to Alexa. I thought you were talking to us.
I was talking to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I still apologize.
Okay, thank you.
So we need to watch out for dinosaurs, anaconda. Wow. Okay.
I'm coming, Mom.
Wow.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Yeah, I didn't even need that. I was rolled good there. Hey.
Pulsar, you said your parents were, I don't know, indentured servants?
No, slaves.
Slaves? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We're going to use the word slaves then.
Yeah.
So why would they need... okay, no, yeah.
My guess is probably that Cinia had something that they wanted out here, and that they probably sent overseers and a bunch of slaves in order to do work. Like, I guess my family or my parents probably had like they must have been useful out here to them.
Hopefully,
Okay.
they're still here and we can bring them home.
I hope so. But Jerome, I rolled and I got a red feet.
So you are handling this ship like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, like it's mine now.
Look at me. Look at me. I am captain now.
Yeah. Zero freeze.
Should
Look at me.
perhaps consider that Pulsar's parents are in danger, as the communication that was intercepted indicated they found a backpack and paperwork with Cinia information that was unattended.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I hope they're okay. Lightbringer, as we're getting closer, is there anybody in Brazil that we should be alerting that we're going to be like in their airspace, or letting any super teams know that we're going to be doing this, or do we just fly fast and apologize later?
I'm not sure I'm aware of any bureaucracy to contact, so let's just try and stay under the radar.
The entire world is kind of messed up right now, trying to rebuild anyway.
Yeah.
They might not even notice or have the ability to do anything.
Okay. Yeah,
Hopefully we can just go in and out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll red feet my way in.
That you do. So as Davey has clearly done, if you look at, if you end up Googling that particular track of land, there is some opening there, availability to land on ground. It's not particularly wet, so it like It has tributaries from the actual Amazon River, but they're small in comparison. So there are actual tracts of land here, and yes, Brazilians have huge tracts of land.
Dun, dun.
That you can safely land on without having to like break tree cover or something like that.
Okay. And we can cloak the ship too, right? Do we need?
No, we
No?
haven't figured that out yet.
No,
We
no,
haven't.
we haven't.
This
It's on
is
the docket, though.
This is a science vessel.
It's still hypothetical.
We have to build
okay.
the plates for it, right, or
Oh,
something.
right.
If I remember correctly.
Okay.
That is correct.
Yeah.
How far are we from like a body of water? Like, are we pretty far? I tried googling it, but I misspelled the name Belém do Candeia. Like, are we near like a lake that we could like leave the ship in?
It's in he put it in chat.
Oh,
We're close, relatively speaking, to like the Amazon River. I don't know if you want to leave it there with all the piranhas.
Fun fact: I watched a documentary talking about like some UFO sighting history in Brazil, and it was wild. So,
okay.
We're just adding to it.
oops. I mean, maybe we don't have to be that careful.
Is there any civilization around here, like roads or anything, where people are going to stumble upon this ship?
Maybe natives.
Do you have a way of finding out if there's native tribes in the area? I don't know. Did you got like special
Can
scanning
we-
equipment on this thing?
Can you use your
Can we
empathy?
see it in the treetops somewhere?
Oh, yeah. You can talk to the trees.
What if they speak Brazilian?
I was just thinking, like, if we leave it like in the canopy, then maybe
Because I can
Mhm.
we
teleport
wouldn't have
us.
to explain it to anyone
Mhm.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I wanted to just leave it in a place where people couldn't like easily access it, or
So
or
you're
at
going to
least like,
leave it in a hover mode in tree cover then? Because there's, short of like the point you guys made, short of natives accidentally wandering up, it's the middle of nowhere rainforest.
okay, guys, I don't think Jerome likes our idea of having it float above the trees. Let's just park it.
No,
Okay.
you could do either. I just
No,
want to
no.
make sure I prep.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just fooling.
Sure you were.
I mean, we could hide it under the trees, like.
Land wherever it's going to be safe.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to stumble upon this except for some tree frogs and snakes.
Well, why'd it have to be snakes? But yeah, let's park it and go. We'll make sure to lock it. Do like the click click.
Okay, so you guys touch down on an open spot of land. For sake of purposes, if you're looking at the map that I actually
unbreaded.
There it is. Yep. If you're looking at the map in the Facebook chat, the marker where it's at, you're actually just east, or I should say just west of that marker.
Okay.
On in a plain ground spot.
All right. Yeah. We're carting along water and bug repellent and stuff for people with exposed skin.
Sure.
Black Mass will make sure that he's the first one, like off the ramp and off of the ship, taking a look around to see, like, what's there to see.
Sure. Yeah. And boy, it's hot. They weren't joking. It's muggy and hot and just blech. But again, if you're looking at the map, you guys are in kind of a plains area, but there's trees everywhere just off of it. Small tributaries kind of break off, forking around your location where you're at. But it's clear enough that if you don't cut through the trees, you could probably make your way around with pardon me, minimal brush obscuring your view. Clearly, you're gonna have to go by foot since you don't have anybody that can fly you. And,
could I not carry everybody?
Well, actually, technically, you could.
I think.
But there's only so much your arms could hold on to.
Oh, okay. Because
physically, yeah, you got the strength to do it.
Okay.
When we were flying here, looking out the windows and stuff, did it seem like there was any sort of weird mound or shape popping out from the tree cover?
No.
Indicating ruins? No. Okay.
No, nothing quite like that. But, and that's a good point, or that's a good question to ask. But given the age of some of these, the trees in this area, that can, I mean, if you've seen satellite imagery nowadays, it's entirely possible for the tree cover to be completely over it, and you have no idea that it was even there.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna fly up, like, so I can get like a good vantage point. Do I see any like campfires or any smoke or anything like on like?
Give me an intuition check.
Oh, geez, guys.
Just need a green.
I just need a green. Okay, then I will spend, because this is my mom. This is my mom and my dad. I'm gonna spend more karma.
Okay.
Okay, so to get a green with a good, I need to get 46. So I'll spend 45 karma. Okay.
I could scout the area ahead and report back on what is in our path.
You have the jungle training. LB, it's up to you. You're in charge.
I got a red feet. The Jeebus.
It's because you're using your karma that the dice spot is doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're going to use your karma? I'm going to make you waste it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead.
Can we ask Pulsar to see if the trees are aware of a facility in this area?
Oh, yeah, I could ask.
So, Pulsar, you have taken to the skies looking for potential trails of smoke. And you think you see one to the northeast of your position.
Okay.
Phantom was suggesting that he go up ahead and scout the area and come back and report.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea too.
Yeah, I'll pop into my comm and I'll say, I'm seeing a smoke trail to the northeast here. Jerome, can I tell how the distance?
Do you have like navigation or something like that?
I can talk to planes. No, I don't.
You can talk to plants. That is true.
Do you still have access to compass? Maybe compass can do it.
Oh yeah, compass. So got so used to not having compass.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a smoke trail from the northeast. Can you give me an estimate of how much distance that is from where we're at?
One moment. Let me see if I can chart that for you.
Elevator music plays.
Kenny G.
It's the hamster dance. Did
Let's see. It's not giving that to me. Let's back up. There we go. Nope, it's not giving that to me. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Oops. Right. There we go. So it tells you it's roughly roughly 3/4 of a mile.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of land. And I'll say, yeah, I see a smoke trail about 3/4 of a mile to our northeast. Yeah, Heat Phantom, you said that you wanted to scout.
Yes, it is something that I would be very capable of doing.
Okay. Yeah. Would you need backup, or do you feel comfortable going off on your own?
No, this would be something that it would be best if I did myself. The others of you perhaps could not keep up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What do you all think?
You have your comms. We'll give you. Do you think half an hour is enough,
How
or
far
less
do
than
you
that,
wish me
or
to go?
Well, it's a quarter of a mile,
3/4 of a mile.
or 3/4 of a mile. How long do you think it would take you to
wait? He
check
moves.
out the camp?
He's super speedy, right?
Correct.
Uh,
Do you
So-
think you'll
How
be
about-
able to get to the camp and
That's
kind of
probably
scout it
plenty of
out?
I do believe that would be a sufficient time frame for such a task, yes.
okay. If you encounter anything, so we'll wait half an hour. But if you encounter anything, in that time frame, go ahead and radio us.
Yeah, we'll come and swing in.
I will do so.
Yeah. Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Okay.
And Sean
So,
will give him a hug before he leaves.
And I will do sort of an empathy sweep, I think. I'm not sure how far that extends, but
Yeah, that would
we
be
can
too
find
far.
out.
That would be too
Oh.
far out.
Fine. Okay.
I'll talk to the trees. Should name myself Lorax.
So go ahead and talk to the trees then.
Okay.
Just bring up your Google Translate.
On my my Nokia phone. Does Google exist yet?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of as Heat Phantom kind of takes off, I'm gonna go and consult the trees.
Okay.
We're gonna have an Entmoot.
Roll your power.
All right, I'm not spending karma on this.
So we'll lean into the
Green feet. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say we'll lean into the tactical outfit that he has, and we'll make a full sweep of the area.
Okay. You go racing up to that particular location. So, okay, George, I'll get you in just a second, Matt. So, George, all right.
Hello?
Obrigado.
No, do you speak English?
Yes.
Oh,
Why
okay.
are you talking to us?
That's great. Hey, do you guys know of any like odd, like ancient facilities that are in this vicinity? Something not from this planet?
You mean other than you?
Yeah. I'm from here, believe it or not.
Oh, you had us fooled with your smoky head.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's just a cool hat.
That does not look like a hat. That looks like fire.
Oh yeah, I'll keep it away. I'm
Please,
very responsible.
please do.
Yeah. Uh,
What
but
would you?
yeah.
What did you want again?
I was asking if you were aware of any like odd temples or facilities in the region.
Describe this facility.
Oh god. Okay, how about this? Has there been any people passing through here recently?
You mean like you or the humans? We have not seen your kind before. Then,
Humans.
yes, there have been humans that have come through here.
Okay, in like recent time.
Yes, very recent.
Okay. Which way did they go?
Do you see I am pointing?
Oh. Oh.
Sorry, that is tree humor.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You got me. I don't know why the trees are so funny. So, which direction did you see last notice them in?
He says, keep turning. Turn, keep turning. You are looking in the right direction.
What direction is this?
That's to your. That's to the northeast.
Northeast.
So
Okay.
that's basically the direction you just sent Heat Phantom off into.
Okay. Cool. And I'm doing this. So if everyone's watching me, I'm pointing in that direction. I'm like, okay, guys, the trees say that they detected people going in that direction. So
They speak English?
They came with the flying blades. They're very loud.
oh, they came in a helicopter.
Is that what you call it? It does not make a difference to us. It is loud and has blades.
Okay. I'm gonna contact Heat Phantom and just let him know. Heat Phantom, the trees let me know that apparently they came in a helicopter. So be advised, you could have people coming up from above too.
And Heat Phantom is muted.
Guys, they got him.
I know. Right?
That's quick.
Technology. I copy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna turn back to the tree and be like, thank you so much, tree.
You're welcome. But there is a toll if you must pass.
What is the toll?
What do you have to give other than burning?
I could dump a bottle of water on your roots.
Look at me. Is one bottle sufficient? I am big. I grow. I am ancient.
Okay. Is there anything in particular I could get you?
Water is good.
Okay, you do like water. Okay.
I am a tree. Of course I like water.
A double cheeseburger.
I know. And a double cheeseburger. From that
And
place to call
Disneyland.
Jimmy's.
Maybe a White Castle.
And tickets to Disneyland.
I would just walk away if the tree was like, "Oh yeah, I want a White Castle and I want to go. I want the express pass to Disneyland." I'd be like, "All right, no, guys. I agree with the loggers. This place isn't no." But yeah, I'll go and grab some water and kind of.
How much?
How much water do we bring?
We are also not that far from the literal Amazon River.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah,
Anyone got
I'll
a bucket?
yeah,
In a rainforest.
I mean, you could fly over there, presuming. I mean, there's like beakers and containers and whatnot on the ship because it's a science ship. You could just swipe one of those and something sizable, scoop up
yeah.
Amazon River water and just dump it.
Yeah, I'll do that because I have to pay the tree tax. Hey, but yeah, we can move on to more interesting things as I'm watering the tree.
Sure, no problem. Okay, so Heat Phantom. So you go racing. It's not a direct path. Obviously, you're following the mostly dried up riverbed around the plains of that particular area. As you get further in, however, there is more water available. Kind of stagnant, though. And you follow the outcropping of open area, which starts to get a little bit more condensed as the rainforest gets closed in around it. As you get to what was probably another at one point in time probably another tributary to the rainforest. Hard to tell unless you just ran up and down it to go. But again, there is another pooling of water. Looks like it's probably a river, but at the same time, part of it's kind of blocked off. If you're following the map, it's a little bit further up as you start getting more cloistered with the trees around. You can actually see that there are 2 helicopters that were parked in that vicinity, and there are a couple guards that are kind of hanging out there.
What kind of helicopters, in a combat sense or just a transport sense, or
Transport sense. Looks like these were These were Hueys that had been converted, so they're probably military at one point. But since they're good for transport and surplus is obviously bought on the cheap, they have been converted and used to land here.
3,000 individual parts flying in close formation. I'm familiar with this vehicle.
So that's what you spot right there. Do you have the capability of going invisible?
Not invisible, but my blending talent, when I stand still,
Correct. Okay.
it kind of does the predator effect.
Right. So if you're going to do that, you're gonna want to divert and go through the trees. If you're going to get around, and you'll have to move much slower.
Is there other than the open area here, is there an obvious reason why they landed here? Is there an established camp
Give me an intuition
or
check.
other? I think that's one of my good ones. Yes. So I don't know that I've quite figured out the rolling yet for this. How do I get it to include my feet in the roll?
So what is your feat for that ability? Or what's
that
the
is
rank?
a remarkable 30.
So then you'd write down !roll, capital R, capital M, then hit
No
enter.
spaces.
Okay, green feet. Alrighty, so it looks like this is where they landed, and they have a small little camp, clearly to keep people out of the weather. So they've got 2 tents here that that people are alternating in and out of. But it looks like from here, based on from what you can tell, it looks like people may have hiked further into the jungle through the clearings, going up further.
But it does look like this is kind of a base camp area.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So not following the trail, but going through the jungle next, to the side. I'll flank around and try to scout out where they might have followed up through the open area.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me an agility check? If you have stealth, then you can add 1 column shift to your agility.
How does my tactical gear come into play on this? We're
Good
looking
question. I need to
at
find it. Let's see.
because I took the Huntsman tactical suit, the reinforced nanoweave stealth suit with built-in sound dampening and temperature regulation for optimal use of thermal vision.
All right. Yeah, Can you resend that to me? I know I have it elsewhere, but I don't think I saved it directly to my Marvel Superheroes folder.
Yeah. Okay, so I sent the description. You were going to figure out
There we go.
numbers to go with it at some point, but
Oh, right.
so does the suit give me stealth for the
Yep.
column shift?
It does, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, there we go.
Nice. He rolled a natural 100.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent.
Why is Heat Phantom so cool?
Because he's a phantom.
He's always been that cool.
Here we go. Let's give him the rave horn. Not every day you roll a nat 100. Okay, so yeah, you have no problem at this point kind of negotiating your way through the trees. Thankfully, you don't even have to be super, super quiet because it's a rainforest. There could be animals out there. You just want to be quiet enough so that you don't make the guards that are watching the helicopters think that they need to grab their guns and start shooting at a wild animal or something. But thankfully, you do an excellent job. You curve around to the right, or I should say to the south end of that particular enclosure, and then start making your way back up the trail, heading back into the rainforest. Or not heading back up to the rainforest, but heading back in along that trail a little bit outside of the rainforest, kind of keeping close to the enclosure so you can dip in if you need to, but not walking directly out in the open. As you get further along, it's easy to see that they have hiked back and forth several times. So there's a very clear trail that has been walked up through here. And it looks like if you're following the map that I put up, or I should say the clip, the trailhead kind of ends right there at the last very clear tip of that part of the rainforest. There's a little bit of marsh and water up in that area, and you can tell that they have set up some flags on sticks, so that way you can. It looks like probably for maybe night operations, so people can see kind of where they're going, and they have a reflectiveness to it, so it's easy to spot. It looks like they have found something similar to what Dale had been asking for, kind of like a mound, but the way it kind of contours in with the land, it was impossible to actually see from the sky.
And when you say mound, is it just dirt, natural vegetation, or does it have some kind of
It looks like dirt
artificial
and
creation?
no, it looks like dirt and um, vegetation in the area. Dave marked it off, so clearly it's important.
Okay. And have I seen any particular traffic?
No, you haven't. But when you get close to the mouth, you actually see that they've set up another temporary camp. They've got another 2 tents out here. There's a table that sits kind of right out in the middle, that which has the radio with a really long kind of antenna. It's an older military style radio, but clearly usable and serviceable in this particular region. They've got another 5. I'm going to start taking away karma for bad puns. So they've got a couple more guards here, about 4 that are just kind of hanging out at the campsite itself, and you can see some other people that are dressed appropriate to the weather here. So there's shorts, hiking boots, durable shirts. They've got some backpacks. They've also got like some scarves just in case they have to throw that up over their face for one reason or another. And they seem to be going in and out of the tunnel. Or the
general
hole,
kind of archaeology feel.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
as
Mm-hmm.
field researchers.
Correct. On the table,
Okay.
you do see what you think to be that what the transmission was about. You can see that there's like a clipboard, and there's a couple like boxes it's sitting on top of.
Okay, so I'd quietly get on the comms from my concealed position. This is Heat Phantom to Legacy. Approximately the quarter mile to the northeast of your position is a base camp with 2 Huey type transport helicopters and several tents. Perhaps 4 guards are there. A path continues up through the dry riverbed into the jungle. Is well traveled back and forth. At its end is another camp, perhaps an archaeological research position, and there are a number of civilian researchers going into and out of a mound with a large opening in it. There are also 4 guards in this place at the end of the path.
Can you tell what nationality they are? Are they Brazilian or are they Senian?
Is there any way that Senians and Brazilians look different, Jerome? Or?
No.
Do any of the civilians, do they have slave collars on them, like Senians?
This is an excellent question. Stand by.
Give me another intuition check.
Here, click there, click everywhere.
Oh.
And he backs that up with a 4.
That's how my dice work.
Yep. So you.
He went from hot to not.
Yep. So you do not see any sort of slave collars or anything of that nature. You don't understand the native language that they're speaking. It is not English. So if you had to guess, they may be from Brazil.
Do not see any collars, but they do have heavy scarves around their necks and able to pull up over their face. Um, they seem to be uh, researchers with backpacks and other gears, and there is a ham radio up on the table that is accessible by all I see. So if they were slaves, they could perhaps call for help, and I do not see them doing that.
Do you have any idea how long they've been entrenched here?
The path between the first base camp nearest you and this archaeological mound is well traveled. I would say it has been some time that they have been moving back and forth across it.
Jerome, did Helios say anything about how long the Senians have known about this facility?
No. He only picked up on it because of traffic coming from the United States, or coming to the United States.
Have you been able to clock anybody that looks like they're a super? Anybody in like a costume or walking around with authority that is that would like kind of clue us in we might have a deviant to fight?
So far, I've only seen what I would consider 4 guards. Jerome, do they appear to be guarding away from the people, or are they guarding?
They're guarding away. They're keeping their eyes out, like into the brush and whatnot, making sure something doesn't come running up. It's clear by their stance that they figure they're alone, though. They've got automatic weapons. Yeah, they've got automatic weapons. They're armed to the gills, but they're being kind of casual.
So it's not like they're watching the people
No,
to keep them from leaving the area.
That is right. Correct.
The guards are facing outward from the position, and they do have automatic weapons, but they do not appear to be guarding against the people leaving the area. So I would think they are not guarding slaves. Nor do I see any standouts.
Okay. How about on the guards? Do you see any like military insignias or any logos? Anything that we might be able to track to a group?
Does anything stand out, Jerome? Or
why don't you give me another intuition check?
Another roll?
Yep. All right, another white result. You don't have a good position to see any sort of logos or anything of that nature.
The equipment that I have seen so far seems surplus, older style that anybody could obtain. I do not see anything current to attribute to professional military of a government soldier.
Okay. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it for us to run in punching and screaming, or if it's.
I mean, if we can take them out quietly, that would be great.
Well, but if they're not bad people, I wouldn't want to just rush up and punch their guards. If these are Brazilian archaeologists that have just happened to find the remnants of a Senian base camp, like, I don't want to punch them for that. But,
so you've all been talking to each other like you're in contact with Heat Phantom. I don't have whatever
Yeah, we should
gadget you got.
probably.
What has he found?
Oh yeah.
Are
I'm
there
gonna
any
get
comm
back on the ship
links?
and see if there's
Yeah.
a spare comm link on the ship.
Sean will take her comm off and hand it to Black Mass so he can
There
speak
you go.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, you remind us a lot of our brother.
You know what? I could attach him to the Crown Network. How about that?
Welcome to the crown.
How about that?
Okay. What do I roll
Catch
for
me
that,
outside. How
Jerome?
about that?
Do I roll Psyche?
Psyche.
Give me your psych.
Sunday.
Roll your resources to activate the crown.
Green.
There you go. So unless everybody is resisting, you connect everybody mentally to the Crown Network.
Testing.
Ow,
Do you read me?
that hurt.
Testing. Do you read me?
Oh.
This
Yeah,
is Lightbringer, your Dexamite sister.
Does this work at range, or is this only the people around her?
No, you're connected.
She gets to choose.
It's just our team. Yeah, just our team. So you're on there. And Black Mass, do you read?
I do. Wow, nice trick. That makes it handy. Okay, so what have you found, Heat Phantom? It's sounding like there's people near where you're at.
This is most disconcerting.
Seems to be
yes,
an excavation team, possibly Brazilian.
Okay, so then we just gotta sneak past them. We can do that.
I can get us through if we're quiet.
Yeah, there are eight guards at split up at two different positions with Huey helicopters.
Well,
should we take out the guards?
Well, that's
Put
not
them to sleep?
archaeologists. You think
Yeah, I
archaeologists fly around in helicopters and carry around like weapons?
their guards would.
They are in the middle of nowhere. If a jaguar or a snake ran up on them, they probably would need guns to scare it off.
I mean, most archaeology teams I am aware of are not on the scale of helicopters.
I have
kind anyway.
I have an idea, because I think all of us going right away will cause too much noise. But you two can fly, and you can cloak yourselves. What if you and Pulsar go to where Heat Phantom is now? You watch the people and see if you recognize any of them as your parents. If you see your parents, then we come in.
It's not bad.
How's that sound?
Yeah, I'm down to give it a go.
Okay.
And just give us the cue, and we'll start making our way to you.
Okay.
Okay. Heat Phantom, why don't you take position and observe, and let us know if anything changes.
Heat Phantom, do you know if have you seen any evidence of like thermal vision goggles or anything like that?
Jerome, the guards, do they seem like mercenary level hires, or do they have higher level tech?
No, they don't have higher level tech. If you had to guess, yeah, they're probably mercs.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure the cloaking will keep me visually hidden, but I am a kind of a smokestack when I'm flying.
Ow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, it doesn't necessarily. Well, I mean, I don't know. We'd have to talk with Jerome, but like I imagine I probably do show up on thermal imaging when I'm doing stuff.
It's your cosmic energy.
Yeah.
Emphasis on cosmic.
Yeah.
Does that show up on infrared?
No, it doesn't. Come on, guys.
I don't know.
Cosmic for a reason.
I went to art college, guys. I went to art college twice. Like, so
What are we waiting around for? If you two can fly and be invisible, go for it. We'll be there in a flash if you need us.
Okay.
should we like hold hands? Can we see each other when we're invisible?
Yes, we can see each other.
Okay.
Okay, so I will cloak us. Do you want me to
Up
roll?
and away.
Yes.
Okay.
Burn some karma.
Yeah.
It's just Psyche.
Oh, we got to save my mom.
Yellow.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, told you so. If you got a white.
I almost thought we did, but okay. So I will cloak us and take off in the direction that Heat Phantom told us.
Okay. So that's the direction of the little smoke trail that he spotted.
Right.
Because there is the remains of like a fire here at this base camp too.
Hmm.
It's not currently going. They've put it out. They probably had something to eat or whatnot, but it's been used a couple times. So you fly. You're over in the air, in the vicinity of where Heat Phantom is at. You can see from above what he sees.
Okay. I'm gonna hazard a closer look.
Do they show up thermally? Since inquiring minds want to know.
Why don't you go ahead and give me an intuition check?
And not a thermal power check.
Or sorry, no. Yes. Let me look at your character sheet real quick. Hold on a second. Did I not put? I don't even have your character sheet in the folder yet. That's kind of dumb.
That means you can use whatever power you want.
No, it doesn't.
You're the
That's how
Silver
that
Surfer
works.
now.
Yeah, he's suddenly a god.
That's like when there's no price tag on something and
Yeah.
the person says that means it's free.
Yeah.
It's like the movie Blank Check.
Right.
I never do that. What are you talking about?
Did I not? Wow. Okay. I actually don't have a copy of your character sheet in the folder, so I need to fix that too. Wow.
And down on the job.
I'm gonna take a picture of a little drawing I did of my interaction with the tree.
I love your drawings.
Dang it, that reminds me I wanted to draw a picture of Petra from a couple weeks ago and I forgot.
Do I have did you ever send me your I think this is your character, but you didn't name it Heat Phantom. Yes, this is it.
Right, it was Speed Tracker.
Okay.
I
So
just sent you the sheet again.
yeah, no, I just found it.
That's funny. That is funny.
When you have a moment after
Nice.
this game, can I get you to update all that with the appropriate information, your character name and all that stuff, so I have an actual updated copy. Pull that out of here.
I love that meme. That meme is so funny.
Okay.
It's a great one.
So for thermal vision, that's like your range or capability. It's still going to be an intuition check.
Okay. Yep. We like white.
No.
So you do not pick up any thermal emissions.
Isn't that funny?
It's
Okay.
every.
I love his drawings when we're playing.
Back in game.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get closer to the civilians to kind of see if I could.
Lightbringer, are you going with him, or are you letting him?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So then,
But I'll let him kind of take point, and I'll just kind of follow.
Pulsar, go ahead and roll your intuition then, as you are taking a closer look.
Okay. Okay. How much karma do I got left? Okay.
It's for Mom.
It's for my parents. I gotta find them. I did have a thought. I was like, guys, what if this whole time the reason we couldn't find what's our dad's name again?
Electrum.
Thank you. I always forget. I'm always like, I think it's a D name, but no, it's a Dexmite. Like, what if Electrum is actually my dad, but he's just had like a collar put on him and he has no powers?
That would suck.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to spend.
I mean, none of us really know what he looks like, sort of. I mean, he looks different to everybody, right?
Okay. All right. So I'm spending 45 karma to.
Okay. Let it rip.
Okay. Intuition. Man, I'm rolling hot. Okay, so that is a 97 yellow feet.
All right. So you get a better look close up. You don't see any sort of like badges or patches or anything of that nature. You don't see any collars on anybody. They do have scarves, again, as noted, just in case. But you do see that on the table, you can see that the paperwork that they had pulled out, you can't really read it, but you can see the Senia Nation logo at the top of one of the papers.
Does the paper look? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The paper looks crinkly, like it had been sitting in water or something, and dried out.
Okay, but so I would take it as that it because it doesn't look like as recent. These people might just be Brazilian.
Yeah.
Or,
you don't recognize the language?
Possible.
You don't speak Sinian?
Yeah, do I hear anybody talking?
Occasionally. And Senian is just basic. It's English. I mean.
Okay. But
they speak English sometimes. Some people there speak Japanese or Tagalog.
Oh. Okay. I'll mind that to the group, guys. They're speaking English here, but they're also speaking Japanese.
No, they're
Tagalog.
not speaking. No. That's Senia.
But isn't that what you just said, or no?
No, I'm telling you what they spoke in Senia. Senia doesn't have a. It's a separate language.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant that's what the researchers were speaking.
Nope. No,
okay,
they're speaking a language you don't understand.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. They're speaking a language I do not understand. Sinians would speak English, Japanese, or Tagalog, but they're speaking something I don't. So I'm guessing Brazilian.
Yep.
If we need to know what they're saying, and I got close enough to hear them, I might be able to figure out what they're talking about.
You speak Portuguese?
I can speak any language as long as I can concentrate.
Oh,
little trick I picked up.
That's pretty cool.
Sean,
okay, should we head back and I can cloak you to come over here, or
can Sean bounce over there?
No, because I don't know where they are, and I could bounce in the middle of the camp and to a tree and a snake.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and plus we still don't know if they're friendly, so us popping up in the camp might result with them attacking us.
You gotta think. I teleporting blind is dangerous.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of empty space right here.
You were able to fly. How much weight can you lift? Can you carry all of us there between the two of you?
Joe, my strength is EX20. How many people is that?
That maxes you out at 800 pounds.
I could probably
Oh.
take 2 of you if one of you is Black Mass.
Well, can Pulsar take Black Mass and you pick me and Red Arsenal up?
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, I could probably do that.
I have a
I could
strength
clip
of
us all.
I have a strength of UN 100. I could probably carry all of us if we stacked you guys properly.
How about this? How about I start walking? You guys figure it out.
Well,
That's
but
going to
the
take too long.
noise-
Both
the
of you come on
noise-
back and pick us up. Sounds like you
Yeah.
got it figured out. So,
Yeah.
Lightbringer, you carry the two smaller ones. Pulsar, you pick me up. We fly over there. Can you
Okay.
cloak all of us at the same time if we're near
Sure,
you?
yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
That works. Let's try this out.
You got
Okay.
a Hyperion. Sorry.
Whoa, that's Black Mass.
I know,
What do you
sorry.
mean?
He's so authoritative. It's just I feel comfortable with him here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we head back and pick up the others.
And then fly back on over.
Fly back over.
Just like old times, eh, Black Mass?
Okay, so Heat Phantom, while they are doing that, give me another intuition check. Get higher than a white result.
I'm trying.
Roll like you did the first time.
Oh, of
No,
course.
so the way my dice work is they will allow me to look absolutely spectacular as long as it's not a game affecting result.
As long as it doesn't really matter.
That's
Right.
That's
I get
that's,
that.
That's digital dice in general.
Right.
That has been my dice for my entire life.
I'm gonna roll to flip a pancake. All right, 100.
100.
I'm gonna roll to save my mom's life. Oh, 0.
How did you
So
get
that
a 0?
actually
It
came
doesn't
into a
even
green
go
feed.
to 0.
All right, so you got a green feed. So now, as you're watching, and they've gone back to try and bring the others forward, so you still have eyes on the camp at this point. You end up seeing that somebody comes running back out, and they have what appears to be some sort of. It has a they found a container of some kind, and they're trying to figure out how to unlatch it. And it looks very much like a kind of like a keg sized, and it is kind of round, but it's not bright and silvery and whatnot. And it's got a logo imprinted on it, but the logo doesn't make any sense. And of course, there's some writing on it, but that doesn't make any sense to you either. And it looks like when they pulled that out, some guys come around and they look kind of excited, and they're trying to find a way to get it opened.
Okay. You said it's keg sized.
Mhm.
Was it handled by one person or were two people moving it?
It was handled by one person, but they were, kind of back bent a little bit, held up in their arms, and someone was someone was watching and making sure they didn't trip.
Yeah, but one person muscled it out, so it's not
Yes.
overly heavy.
Correct.
So on this crown network, such that it is, not sure how to really use it, but
It's telepathy.
Just
there
think.
is
Just think.
For you,
Yeah,
it's
there
the
is
exact
some-
same thing as the Psi network.
there is some new activity. They have produced a large barrel, perhaps, from inside the mound. It is not particularly heavy looking. One person is able to carry it, but it has writings that I do not understand on it. They're attempting to open it in some fashion now. If you are close, then their attention is now on the artifact. Do the guards appear to be looking as well?
Yeah, they're a little bit more
are they not
attentive now that
professional?
something. Yeah, they're a little bit more alert now that somebody's brought something out.
Or are they paying attention to what was brought out, or are they still watching out?
Yeah, they're paying attention to what was brought out.
Yeah, their curiosity got piqued.
Yes, the guards have taken their attention from the jungle as well. They are interested in what was brought out of the mound.
Okay,
Copy.
so I guess we speed up a little bit.
So you collect the people that you need to collect, find a way to stack them appropriately,
Barrel of
and
monkeys.
stay cloaked and fly back on overhead.
Red Arsenal can be at the bottom and hit all the trees. Ka-thunk, 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 ka-thunk.
My pancreas.
I was taking a drink.
So, I mean, you get back, you can see that they're, now that you're hovering above, everybody can see that they're trying, they're looking at what they've pulled out.
Do
It's-
we
it's-
recognize the writing?
The container is old looking, for sure.
Does it look
It's,
Dexamite?
that's a great question. None of you have a comprehensive understanding of the language.
No, but we've seen what it looks like.
Yeah, we know what their tech looks like.
But, well, yeah, but this doesn't look like their kind of tech. It just looks like a large barrel with some writing on the side. It's possible that the writing on the side could be Dexamite.
So now that we're close enough to them, it seems Black Mass, while we're hovering up there, is going to cast his spell of tongues, so he can try to understand the languages they're speaking. It looks like I do a psyche feat. It's going to be... Red result.
Good grief. Okay, so now that you are, actually, let me look at that. Is it one language or?
Understand, speak any language for 1 hour.
Area of effect has no significance on spell.
You even hear their
world,
thoughts.
Blah, 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 blah. So it is alien, but you got a red result, so it's fine. The marker on it, what it reads, effectively reads biohazard.
Oh,
So he first says, seems like that mark on the barrel says it's a biohazard. I don't think they realize what's going on if they're trying to open it.
How are we going to warn them?
We stop them. We have no idea what's actually in that thing. Could be a weapon for all we know.
So we just drop out of the sky around them and hope to God that their guards don't try to shoot us?
I can try to. Well, hold on. Can you tell what language they're speaking?
Can I, Jerome?
Yeah, it's Portuguese.
Seems
But
like it's
can,
Portuguese.
so you can speak their language now.
For a bit, as long as I concentrate, I can understand it and speak it.
Then perhaps we can. Perhaps you two can drop down.
Yeah, I can take a bullet if I need to, but
But if he can speak Portuguese, he can disarm the situation faster.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is like if the two of us pop in, like I can shield him from danger and you can communicate with them.
You're not going to need to shield me from danger. That's okay. I appreciate it, but I can take a
So,
hit.
are you two okay with popping in out
Uh,
of the under the cloak from under the cloak?
I'm fine with it. The worst thing is if they kill themselves by opening up some dexamite toxic waste.
Right.
We
Yeah.
can't let that happen.
Exactly. Jerome, how many guards were in this area?
4.
4. And how
And there's
many?
3 others. They could be archaeologists. They could be just whatever. But yeah,
Okay, so a total of 7 people, 4
currently
armed,
total
3
7
not.
showing. Yes.
Okay. So he's like, all right, yeah, if we drop down not too close, but maybe 30 feet away, that way they're not just going to start opening up.
Hmm.
If I can talk to them, reason with them, all the better. But
Okay.
if they start firing, we got to stop them.
Yeah, I'll pull my punches or at least try to just take out the guns.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right.
And of course, you've got Heat Phantom in the wings, right on the edge of the camp.
Give me the word and I will subdue them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you guys drop down from nowhere, of course, terrifying everybody.
And so then, as they're freaking out,
And there's, they're like the guards immediately turn around and, they've got their guns drawn on you guys, and the scientists or archaeologists or whoever the heck they are throwing their hands. They're just like, whoa, 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 what the heck is going on?
so then Black Mass is going to be like, in Portuguese, we're not here to hurt any of you. We heard that you might be picking up on something that you don't understand. That barrel is hazardous. You shouldn't open it. Bad things could happen. Understand what I'm saying?
They they look back and forth to to one another, and they say, "How do you know this is hazardous? This is classified technology."
Well, it just so happens I can read that type of thing. Maybe we can work together. If you need help figuring out what's going on, you promise not to open fire. We can safely figure out what's happening, especially with that biohazard barrel you got sitting right in front of you.
And so one of the guys who's got a hold of it was still like trying to pry it open. And then he kind of pauses. They look to one another. Why don't you go ahead and give me a popularity roll? You'd have a total popularity of 20, by the way.
Sweet. Okay.
I don't know if I'm helping, but I'm just kind of like,
Sure.
I also look like an alien. Jiminy criminy.
Red result.
Okay, so they pause. That probably a little shocked that, what you guys have done at this point, but they pause and they start talking amongst each other real quick, and they say, "How did you know that we were here?"
We have ways of detecting different things, even at long range. We were flying by, saw that you were here out in the middle of nowhere. Good thing that we came by, because you definitely don't want to open that up.
And so they kind of talk again. They kind of mutter between each other, and he says, we have legal authority to be here. So long as you recognize that and understand that everything we find here is ours to claim, we don't have a problem with you assisting.
We can work with that. And then through the Crown Network, he's like, clearly we're not actually going to work with that. These guys don't really have legal authority here. No way. But we'll act like we're on their side until such time as they show their true colors. Sound good, everybody?
So, do you need us down there, or should we stay up here?
Wait a minute until everything seems on the up and up. Then I'll let them know to expect more of us. We don't want to shock them right now.
I was going to say it might even be better for them to only think there's two of us.
Yeah, I think we should remain cloaked.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lightbringer, why don't you give me a strength check?
Yeah, because Sean was just going to ask her
Oh.
sister, how are you holding up?
Just put me down on a tree somewhere.
Oh, you hit every tree over here, by the way.
Yellow. Yellow.
Nice.
Okay, so you're holding them. You don't want to keep doing this, but you're holding them.
Yeah, just put me down right on that tree stump thing.
Is there a place that we could touch down out of sight, but still close enough to see what's going on?
You can. The concern that you're going to have is you have to stay close to Lightbringer in order to stay hidden.
Well, yeah, we're attached to her.
Oh, what if you guys go into the tunnel? Like, scope it out while we've got their attention out here.
I don't want to leave you guys alone.
I mean, he and I are
Wouldn't
both
be
from
for
space.
long.
We're
Probably.
making this too complicated. Let's just
Yeah.
work on it. These guys aren't that strong. I think with this team, we can take them if we need to, or if they, try to get us. Let's at least pretend we're on their side for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
then,
staying hovering, and
Is there a tree branch or something nearby?
I mean, you can, but
Well, how far away from Lightbringer would I be? Would it break obfuscate?
and yes, it actually would give them.
Okay, then never mind. All right, we'll hover.
Yeah.
We will
Well, you
hover.
guys could just like touch down in the camp. Like, as long as you're cloaked, they won't necessarily know you're there, right? Like, the Lightbringer doesn't have to carry, because the carrying was mainly to get us all over here quickly.
Correct.
So you guys could just touch down and go rifling through their stuff while we have their attention.
Ooh, I could do that. I like that.
I saw giggling.
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, John Paul, isn't that your backpack? Is it walking?
No, it's
So
just
then-
that Brittany is having fun with the word of every game. So,
right, yeah.
which is touchdown.
Oh,
George said it twice.
Yep.
oh,
I'm not gonna keep using my points, guys.
sorry. I'll say down touch. I'll say down touch instead.
Yeah, she's like
That's
Dennis
just
the
sounds
Menace
dirty.
with the button. She has to push it.
Right.
So, anyways,
So, yeah. So
I
then
pushed the
Black Mass
button.
then, again, out loud in Portuguese, he's like, I have more members of my team with me. We can all work together to find out more of whatever you found here, translate it, make sure none of it explodes in your face. We have a deal?
and so the guy at this point says, "We're to believe that you're going to do this out of the goodness of your heart."
We're superheroes. What do you think?
Well, it's either that or you go poking around and cause an explosion or a gas leak or something that kills you and your entire team. Your choice, pal.
Go ahead and roll again.
Will it be rolling the popularity again? Or?
Yep.
Okay. Oops.
Oh
I see.
man!
Do you have a reroll? Do you want a reroll or no? I don't know if you have a reroll.
Nah, you know what?
Okay.
No, don't need a reroll.
Okay. So they, they're really reluctant at this point, and there's like, you and your friends can wait outside. Only you can come in.
Only me. All right. Looking at these guys and the guns they're wielding, are they like standard like AK-47s or like okay. All right. So yeah, he's looking at all of them and he's like, "You know what? That's fine by me. If anything gets loose, my team can stop it. Who knows what's in this thing that you've uncovered?"
Okay. And that's where we're going to stop for the evening. And of course, car horn in the background. So,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
no, you're fine.
Yeah, it
All right,
wasn't my
so
car.
we have a couple things we need to do before we wrap up game. We got to roll for karma
Let's go.
for the month.
And Rex P.
And Rex P. Why?
Rexy, you're so sexy.
Exactly, because it's Rex Manning Day. The 8th of April is Rex Manning Day, and of course, when that falls on game week, every day is Rex Manning Day. So,
Nice.
all right, so go ahead and roll. Who do we have to roll for monthly karma?
Matt.
Who's been rolling the best today?
Oh, well, Dale and Matt.
All right, how about between you?
Yeah.
One good roll does not mean I've been rolling the best tonight.
So then we'll have Hyperion roll for monthly karma, and then we'll have Heat Phantom roll for Rex.
Hyperion's
P.
not here.
Yeah.
Dale, whatever.
All right, let's see
You
here.
sassy pants.
And what's the roll?
You roll a d10.
1d10.
1d10.
Okay, I got a 5.
Oh,
No, you just do /r space 1d10. Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so then that would give us a total of 3,850 that we just earned. All right, that means we can then increase our available back up to 500. Let me bring that up.
So we got 50 regular karma each, or 500 karma each.
So then, well, we're not doing it each. It's being
I know.
applied to
What
the
do
group.
what do I put in? What do I put in?
You don't put
notes?
anything
Oh.
on your notes. Or
Yeah,
well, he'll get to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then let's see here, bringing that back up, and then we add this to the group bank we currently have. All right. So now our group bank is at a total of 5,830.
Nice.
What are we going to spend on all that points on, guys?
On Disneyland.
I was
Ooh,
gonna s-
Well, it is George's turn, so it's going to be up to him what he's going to spend it on.
so
for
before we do
himself.
that, we got to do RP votes.
Ooh.
That's true.
Mm.
So starting off with
Oh, shoot.
Davey.
Davey's gonna vote for George. It was the tree talking to the Portuguese tree. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the whole pointing.
Yes.
I'll point you in the direction.
Yes. The turn. Yes.
Okay.
Can't you
Brittany.
see where I'm pointing?
That cracked me up.
Dale did a good job taking on a new persona, but I'm going to give it to Matt for seeing his powers in action for the first time.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
Cool.
All righty. Matt.
Well, I was actually thinking Dale should get it for taking on the new role and having the kind of information that applied to the plot. So
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you.
George.
I was gonna go with Matt again for like kind of going along with Brittany with the him solid snaking his way through the woods was cool.
Even without a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his
Dale.
I'm gonna go with George for his quip against Red Arsenal. Yeah, thanks for the update, Blue Quiver.
Oh yeah, oh, that was
that was good.
yeah, that was good. That was good. That made me cry. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
like happy tears, happy tears or sad tears.
Happy tears.
Shelly.
You just give him another hero to make over his game. Matt. Because of his stealthiness and he just he stepped up and
He did.
Okay.
yeah, part of the team.
So I
Yeah.
think that makes Matt the winner for RP.
It does.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, so you get an additional 200 karma, Matt. Just make sure to write that down on your sheet. That's yours to spend however you see fit. Okay, there we go. And George, you can spend the karma from the karma pool however you'd like. Obviously, learn out. So just let everybody know. So obviously, this is the end of our games for this week. Next week, on the 16th, we have our brand new game, Survivor's Dawn. So that's going to be kicking off here at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. Tune in to check that out. And then the following week after that is our Star Wars on the following Wednesday, which, of course, all the calendar invites or calendar reminders are on Twitch now. So the 23rd, we have Star Wars. The 25th, we have more Mythic Savannah. And then we are back to this game on the 26th of April. So thank you guys all for hanging out.
Y'all should watch yesterday's game. It was really intense.
Yeah, it was good.
So thanks for hanging out with us and tuning in, and we will check you again next time. Good night, guys.
Peace.
Time.